that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. 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 They'll be calling me royalty.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another late night CHFC rant show. My name is Will Stewart. Today we have won 2-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in a very controversial way. You know, there's a lot of, I would say, overly salty Liverpool fans out there tonight. I think Liverpool was hard done. I do think that we were lucky to get out of there with 3 points based on the way that we played today. But I also think some of the Liverpool fans are overreacting. Red card's a red card. First yellow on Jota's probably not a yellow. I think we even said that on the live show. But you've got, you know, a second one for sure. And that's the one that matters, right? Him being on another yellow for a couple of minutes isn't really that big of a deal. The second one was definitely a yellow card, definitely his fault. The biggest one for me, the only real controversial call, in my opinion, was obvious, you know, offsides deal, right? I mean, that was the big one, because it wasn't offsides. So now this whole talk about, you know, Spurs weren't playing well in the first half, I disagree with that. I think we were playing pretty well in the first half. Yeah, we were a little bit shaky at some times, but so were they. And I think that, you know, when we look at the game going backwards, you can't really put in an analysis of the game because of all of the crazy events that just happened. I mean, it was an absolute, you know, mess of a game. So as Spurs fans, can we really celebrate this win? Like, yeah, I mean, we got the 3 points. You can celebrate getting the 3 points, but you can't really celebrate the performance for me, right? Like, there was too many opportunities that we had that we could have really just put the game away, and we didn't. You know, we weren't as clinical as we should be. Then you had you know, Son Heung-min coming off, which apparently it looks like it's a badge or you know, what do you call it? A injury. And after that, going forward, we just look, we don't, without Perisic, without Son, without Madison, we just don't look like we can score goals. We just don't. So until we figure out this problem, whatever the issue that Son's got physically, you know, until we get that sorted, there's not a whole lot that we can do. But we're going to come out here and we're going to say hello to the people in the chat. Sorry that I moved the time back a couple of times, but today's my birthday. I am 43 years old. I know I don't look it, but I am 43 years old. I am the youngest, though. I am the baby on the of the Tottenham away crew. So I still got that going for me. But yes, I'm younger than Mari. I think it's me, Stelios. I think Mari and Iggy are about the same age. And I think JP's the oldest. I could be wrong on that. I'm going to get in trouble for that. But we're here now. We got this going on. So let's say hello. If you do want to join the show, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you're smashing that like button as well and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Come on here, have your say. Liverpool fans, if you want to come on and have a chat, you're welcome to do so as well. Arsenal fans, if you want to come cry some more, this is what I don't get. Like, I see more Arsenal fans complaining about the result today than Liverpool fans, which is weird for me. You guys just can't. You guys cannot handle that we're better than you at the moment, can you? But that's what we got going on today. Let's see who's in the chat so far today. We got Athelstan Edwardson here. Not sure if we need to do better. I think we do need to do better. Not sure if we need to do better is fair. How do you figure? They had 9 men and we couldn't break them down. We couldn't score a goal from regular time. Of course, we need to do better. Tottenham broke a 6-year hoodoo against Liverpool finally. Okay, that's a good thing, but that's irrelevant to the performance that we put in on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? I was there, and even with 9 men, Liverpool still wouldn't lie down. They're a contender. But it doesn't matter how much of a contender they are. If we are a contender, we should be putting them to bed very easily with them only having 9 men. That's the point, right? If we want to sit here as Tottenham fans and say, and even think, not even say, but just imagine or even think that we have a chance of competing in the top 4 sphere, or even coming close to the levels of Manchester City, we should have been putting them to the sword very easily, right? Scott M, another one over the top here. It was a poorly played game. I don't think it was poorly played. It just wasn't well played. There's a difference. Ruined by refs and VAR. It was ruined by refs and VAR. For me personally, I would have rather stayed at 11v11. Just so that we don't have to live with the excuse of you only beat us because, right? Like, I would rather beat somebody. Even if there's some bad calls, if there was still 11v11 towards the end, and say we won even in the exact same manner with an own goal, then there's not a lot anybody can talk about it. It's the fact that 2 of their players got sent off, the goal was disallowed. Because look, we've gone behind several times this season. So them going 1-0 up before, Son scores his goal, not a big deal, right? Not a big deal at all. It completely changes the way that we play. In fact, I was saying I didn't like, if you watch the watch along, I didn't like being ahead. I think we play better. We play with more purpose when we're kind of chasing something. When we're the one in the control seat. I don't think that we're looking as good right now. Late goal against 9 men will overshadow the poor play, poor tactics, and poor subs we saw today from Spurs. I don't think the tactics were poor. The tactics are the same tactics that we play. I don't even necessarily think we played poorly. We didn't play as good as we should. I don't remember any serious mistakes where I would be like, other than like Richarlison not being able to finish, is really the only complaint that I have from that. But we should be doing better than we did. Great job by you guys for the first 7 games so far in the Premier League. Selling Kane has shown to have been the right decision for the club moving forward. It's possible that Spurs can challenge. I still think it's too early to say that we can necessarily challenge because we always beat City at home, and I don't know if that's going to happen this year because of how open we play. We'll see it. We got Mark Swift in the house. Big up Mark Swift. We'll hope you get a birthday blowjob. I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately, but thanks. I appreciate I appreciate the belief. LA007, no comments. Scott says Mark is offering Will a very nice birthday gift. I would prefer Mark not to give me a blowjob. Somebody else maybe, but definitely not a fellow fella. Right? I don't swing that way. Cold shot. Scott M. Yeah, I see what you mean. I would have loved to go toe to toe with Liverpool to see what we were made of in the day. Yeah, for me too. I mean, that's another thing that's disappointing me. I don't want there to be excuses. You know what I mean? So, the red card for me, I think it's a red card, 100%. Less red cards have been given, right? You had Son, didn't even touch Gomez and gets sent off for a red. A lot of people were saying that was before VAR existed. I don't think that's true. Can't remember exactly what season that was where Son got the red card sent off, you know, crying down the tunnel. It was during when we were doing, it was under Jose, because it was under the All or Nothing documentary. So it would have been the 1920 season. So it was, VAR existed then. And he didn't even touch the guy and got sent off with a red. So, you know, it's not like we haven't been hard done by VAR in the past too. So for that one, you can't, you know, for that one, you can't cry or moan about penalties or VAR or anything like that, because we've all been hard done by it. You know, last season, Jota scoring the last minute goal when he should have been sent off for kicking a skip in the face. You know, so do I think that we deserve the 3 points? Absolutely, but I don't like giving our rivals ammunition to weasel out of the fact that they got beat. I'd rather just do it, and I think that's what we need to do better on. We got Orishim. What goes around comes around. Liverpool has robbed us many times. This time BR didn't rob them. It was karma that robbed him. Case dismissed. Yeah, I think that comes up. That's a part of it. Phil P. Woo! Big up Phil P. And we got big up everyone for Slayer Ace. I never pronounce your name, dude. I think I pronounce it every single time differently too. So I know it's Ace. Slayer Ace. I don't know. Big up. There's the link. If you want to join the show and come on, have your say, just click it. Beep, beep. Verify yourself through YouTube. Come on in. Roy's in the house. Big up Roy, my man. Tango Fantastico. F milkshakes. Okay. Royalty free king. I am the royalty free king. But you gotta be if you're a streamer. I mean, that's how you play music in the background, right? You know, you gotta have the good tunes. You gotta have the good tunes. But let's see what else we got in the house. Graham is in the house. Evening, Mr. Graham. How are you? Big up. Tony Rodriguez. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mike Zappa. Great atmosphere at the game today. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really hear. We don't get to have sound on when we watch the game. So Daniel Fields says happy birthday. Thank you very much. The HBD, thank you. Appreciate it. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. This proves our levels. We aren't contenders. I don't think that this proves that we aren't contenders just because we have some injury problems and we struggled today to break down a 9-man team that, by the way, defended very well. Doesn't necessarily mean that we aren't contenders. I think we're not contenders for other reasons. And one of that is squad depth, right? So, EVSP, happy birthday. Big respect, still streaming even though it's your birthday. Yeah, man, you gotta do it, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's part of the job. Part of the job. Big up Will. One of my favorite YouTubers. Hope is all good with you. XX. Yeah, big up Lisa. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the compliments. And all is good. John North is here as well. John North. Kulu is not the answer. Too slow. He's a sloth. He's the best. He's the best option we got, though, man, and that's sad. I know, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Spurs King, not a bad start to the season for a team that was going to get relegated because Kane left. Yeah, so I never once ever said that we would get relegated with Kane left. In fact, I said that we would probably end up surprising a lot of people. And even like with the whole thing, like the whole fallacy that people were talking about, that if we removed Kane's goals from last season, we finished 15th. That's not true, right? Because as you can see, when Kane's not here, other players step up and do things that they wouldn't necessarily do. And this is why, like with all of these things, like if that offsides goal was counted, we would have beat you. No, you wouldn't have, right? That changes the game. It then affects the future events for the next 90 minutes. And you cannot say, you score that first goal, we could end up beating you 3-1. Right? And nobody can tell me that you can't. Right? The fact that we were ahead and we're protecting a lead affects the way that we play. We play differently from that. So if you score before us, and we chase it down, we could easily have beaten you 3-4-1, just even with the chances on the day, right? So all of these things, and if the red card doesn't happen, X. If the red card doesn't happen, Y. Look, I didn't feel nervous the entire time, even in the first 20 minutes when Liverpool was at full strength. So for me, you cannot. It bothers me so much in my logical, rational brain when people are like, if we would have done this, if we would have done that, we would have beaten you. No, you wouldn't, right? You wouldn't, right? Sorry. Okay, right? Post hoc stuff like that just isn't actual. So, you know, your post hoc rationale is just is silly for the most part. Ron Vignac, I thought your name was Jeff, my man. How was my birthday? It's good. I watched the game. I went to the store, got myself some chocolate chip cookies, cheated on my diet. Ate dinner and cake. For dinner, my wife bought me a fragrance. So she got me this for my birthday. One of many goes in here. I didn't have it already, so that's good. For a guy who's got almost 100, or does have over 100 fragrances, to be able to buy one that I don't have is an accomplishment in and of itself. Spurs played with 9 men. Son and Madison were injured. Well, we played with 10 men from the very beginning because Richarlison started. So the referee was just kind of leveling things out for us. You know, that's all that was. We got Visor Ecstasy in the house. We didn't play poorly. We just didn't show the right stuff after the minute. Yeah, I agree with this. I agree with that. I don't necessarily think we were bad, any of all that stuff, but yeah. Just guys, remember the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody who wants to come on the show and have a chat, just click the link, come on in. It's there. It's pinned to the top. Don't need to have a cam on. Just need to keep your pants on. That's the only recreation, the only thing that we got going on here. We got Dom Vito's in the house. Certain Spurs fans said Son can't play in Ange's system and has scored 6 goals in 3 games. Oops. It's actually been 6 and 4. But yeah, no, look, this is silly. And all that stuff. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Sorry, I got people sending WhatsApp chats to me right now, and they're not even on the show. We've got but yes, so take the Son thing for example. There's a lot of people that were saying Son can't play on the left, and this whole narrative is still going over. And like, okay. I said I'm not going to call out Spurs YouTubers right now, that I'm on a truce. But there is one Spurs fan that I do need to call out, and it's the guy. It's Deji Spurs. And Deji Spurs, your takes on Heung-min Son are just absolutely garbage. So you need to stop. Just stop, bro. Okay. He's only been like, if we take a look at the top performing players in the league right now for just the whole entire league. I'm not even talking Tottenham Hotspur. I'm talking top players in the entire league, right? People that don't know, you got Heung-min Son is the 7th best player in the league right now. And that's not just based off of his performances in the last 4 games. So, yeah, I'm just saying we gotta stop. We gotta stop with the Son hate and slander. Dead food needed to be sold, right? And now you've got rivals using that against Spurs fans because of those stupid comments that people are making. Like when I'm watching shows, never a foul. This is football terrorists, Arsenal channels. Like our rivals are using the fact that you guys slandered Son last year and the beginning of this year unjustly in order to now say why, to justify why we're not good enough. Saying words have consequences, especially when they're not true. Who else we got? Naj, big up. Enthaj, big up. Hope you're doing well over there in the Minnesota. Ren's in the house. Big up, Ren. One of those games that we were lucky, but you have to judge on the circumstances. There's lots of instances when people struggle against less men. It's not totally surprising. Sure, 100%. Dude, people have even lost games against... Arsenal struggled against a weakened side. They couldn't beat Fulham, and Fulham were down to 10 men. All right, so this is the funny part. This is what I find really funny about all the Arsenal fans in the chat that are going after Spurs fans today. When you guys couldn't beat a 10-man Fulham, right? You were leading the game and they drew you. Just saying. Alejandro says Newcastle lost to a 10-man Liverpool too. Yeah, I hear you, my man. I hear you. I seem nice though. Oh, sorry, did I miss one? Embarrassing fans, but I seem nice. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so we got Apalesh Patel here. Well, what a day. We stunk the place out versus 9 men in the last 25 minutes. Yeah, look, I was not happy. If you guys watched the watch along, I was not happy at all about our performance in the last, bit section of the game. Without Son, it was going to be a difficult one for sure. We got Roger Collins here. What about that time in? I don't know what that means, but big up, Roger. We got Ren again. Absolutely awful, terrible reffing. Yeah, the officials were horrible on the day. Understandable that Liverpool are annoyed. I agree. That's why I'm not necessarily celebrating the win. For me. I just think that I think Arsenal fans are overdoing it a little bit, but got a partner in crime in the back. If you do want to join the show, go ahead and do that. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Also, we got 93 people watching right now and only 32 likes. Make sure you're smashing that like button as well. And but let's bring in the first guest of the night. And wrong one. I saw M and I pushed the button. It's the right one. The brother from another mother. My older brother. Mari's in the house. Big up, Mr. Mari.
Birthday.
What's going on, Mr. Mars?
Happy birthday to you. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
You're older than Stell, right?
I'm 44, so...
Yeah, Stell's 79 or 78?
79.
Okay, so you're the same age as Stell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
79
older than me.
Yeah. Oh man, next week I will be in Mexico. Next Saturday, Mexico City. Yeah. I got a rant. I got a rant.
Go for it. Rant away. That's the name of the show.
Yeah. Um, of course, each fan base is going to be shameless, right? Because we're not going to offer 3 points back. But man, these fan bases, I'm gonna point them out. Of the other,
Look, it's automatic, Philly. I can't control that. I'm not putting them in. It just automatically puts them in nowadays. Yeah. YouTube is so some live streams were hit and miss. Some live streams it would just be ads all the time. Sometimes you could get through a 2-hour show and no ads, but we don't. We're not back here putting commercials in. YouTube Premium, although that's getting expensive too now. It's like $20. But sorry, go ahead. Forgive the rant. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, don't worry about me, ass potato. I've been to Mexico a lot of times. My soon-to-be fiance lives there, so I know how to survive there. So no worries. Yeah, my rant. And this is for the other 5 clubs of the Big Six. Yes, we know that we are a work in progress, and there's a lot of things that we need to do, and we'll decipher that tonight with the clubs. What we need to do in January and whatsoever. We know what we need to do, and no one's saying that we're going to win the Premier League. But I must say this, and I'm going to say this. All these pussy holes who've been crying all day, oh, this is ridiculous. It's a disgusting win. How can Tottenham fans accept this? Wait. Hold on. For years, we've always been the team on the other end of controversy, on the other end of fluke goals, own goals, bad VAR decisions. I mean, we've, for the most part, right, it has been built into our Spursy tag that they like to make fun of us, right? And the nerve of Liverpool, right? Live VAR pool, Man U, City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. All those 5 clubs have benefited from bad calls, bad decisions, and luck. So the very rare time that Spurs benefit from this, right? And it was an onside goal. It was a good goal, right? We benefit from it. They're all up in arms. All up in arms. Oh, how could you? No. We're going to shamelessly accept these 3 points and accept it and enjoy it. Because all you punks have been enjoying those perks for the last 10, 15 years. I've been rooting for Spurs. You guys have had your moment. So, yes, we will finally benefit from a bad BA call, bad refereeing. We finally benefit from it. Then they start crying, oh, well, if they allowed the goal, would change the game. The goal was what? Well, the first 25, 30 minutes? You had 60 more minutes, another half left to play. If the goal was allowed, that doesn't necessarily mean that the game is going to change or whatsoever.
Oh, I'm 43, not 50, you fucker.
There was so much time left. If that goal were counted, or it would have been maybe different. No, Spurs has proven that we have come back. We came back twice, trailing 1-0 against Arsenal on Sunday, this past Sunday. But see, people don't use logic, right? And then this is the one that gets me so mad. And I'm telling you, if we can win the FA Cup this year, oh, well, let them celebrate the Arsenal and Liverpool result, because the Cass, I'm good name calling him. Oh, Manchester United's gonna win a trophy before you. Man, shut the hell up, all right? Stop living in the past. We're talking about today and the present. Nothing lasts forever. Chelsea was
Well, I
once
mean,
a
they did just win a trophy like 2 years ago, right?
Who cares? Chelsea was always a doormat until Abramovich came in. Same with City. Nothing lasts forever. The Chicago Cubs had won World Series for 100 years until they won it 5 years or 6 years ago. Nothing lasts forever. So I'm getting sick and tired. People using damn excuses. Bunch of punks. And that's why we're supporting Ange. We're going to continue to build, and we're going to try to win a trophy so we can shut these people up. All right? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was a little frustrated today with the results. Like, I mean, we did the watch along together, and you know that I wasn't like, I celebrated the goal at the end for like a half second, and then reality hit me, and I like stopped immediately, right? Like, and the reason why for that for me is because, like if you remember, it was a similar situation when we went to United away under Jose Mourinho, and we got a red card, and like in the first Lamella. Got it, and that was a sketchy red card too. That wasn't a clear, red. But then we put them to bed hard, 6-1.
You celebrated a horrible, and it was a horrible call of Suzuki in the Champions League final, right? You celebrated, it brought you a Champions League, right? We moved on, right? So move on from today, right? That was a Champions League game. Come on, people. Like I said, we know we robbed. Well, actually, technically, we didn't rob them. We outplayed them. It was just some bad calls. But you know what? Like I said, it happens to the rest of the other big 5 clubs of the big 6. Let us enjoy this one.
Well, not even that. But like for me, when I was watching this game, I understand Liverpool fans are upset. What I think is absolutely ridiculous is them saying that they would have beaten us if all of that stuff didn't happen. Because I didn't see that in the first 20 minutes. For me, it was 50-50.
Yeah.
Right? And to act like we didn't, because we couldn't break them down when they went to 9 men and parked 8 guys inside their own box, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we wouldn't have beaten you in an 11-11, right?
Cats talk about they could have picked up. What about your team? You just lost.
I mean, you had like Richarlison that was missing sitters left and right. Like even before Son scored, you had Richarlison just completely kicking it straight at, one-on-one with Allison and completely, missing. Right? Skying it over the bar, pulling it straight up, what's his name? Jesus.
Right? Spurs, we see that we struggle against teams that plays the low block. Liverpool went to the low block with 9 on the pitch, right? 9 or 8 left on the pitch. They went to the low block. So we tend to struggle, right? Struggle with teams that do that, right? We played better when it was 11-11.
Yeah, I agree.
We played better when it was 11-11.
That's what I'm saying. The game suited us better.
Stupid.
The game suited us better when they were coming at us.
Red cards and changed the game. We would have preferred to have 11 Liverpool people on the field because we played better, because they play open. They were forced to change their game to play the low block, right? They put everybody, their mama, the kitchen sink, the refrigerator in front of Allison, So it's much harder because of the quality of plays that we have, right? Much harder to score in the low block. I will admit that. But if it was 11-11, that's what I'm saying. Well, if this hadn't happened, if I've been hearing too many if-then statements these last couple of weeks, and it's always the Spurs. We don't live a life of if-thens. We live by facts. What happened in the game, and that's it. If Gabriel Jesus would have scored, he's not critical. If the sun came down onto the earth, we're not living through that. And
right, and they act like Diaz is clinical too, and he's not.
Small club like Spurs.
Well, I'll answer him. Why do I say? First of all, Spurs isn't a small club. I'm sorry, they're not. Right? We have more European trophies than Arsenal do. So how can you say that we're a small club? Right. Well, because we don't have as many league titles as them. Okay. Up until a couple years ago, we had more FA Cups and Carabao Cups than them. Were we a small club then? So because we've had horrible ownership for the last 20 years and we've won one trophy, in the last 20 years, doesn't mean that we're a small club. right? Because there are big clubs like Newcastle. Nobody considers Newcastle a small club because of their past history, and they haven't won anything in like 50 years. Right?
If I can get
Aston Villa is not a small club, right?
Yeah.
These were all clubs that have more trophies than us in one area, but total trophy wise are behind us, right? So this is just things that so why do I support? I support Tottenham Hotspur because I have a big cock and they have a big cock on top of their stadium, so it matches. That's why I support Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, because I have a big cock. That's why I support.
Like, if you want a serious answer, I'll give you a serious answer. If you want a dumbass answer, I'll give you a dumbass answer. But that's,
And the thing is, too, if I can get your address, I can send you a CD single of a hit song in the 90s called Brian McKnight. It's called One Last Cry, because you guys are surely crying a lot. So continue to cry. We continue to move on.
No, I just think it's silly. Like their position is silly for me. But that's okay.
Liverpool.
It's all right.
Of all clubs to be crying. Shut the hell up.
It's all right.
Take those sour tears, drink it, and digest it, and move on. Move on.
Why is it only Spurs that get attacked about lack of trophies? Yeah, because we do well and we haven't won anything in 20 years. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Oh man, it's been 15
Because we've continually, the reason why we get slack is because we've continually finished higher in the league than a lot of these teams, right? Like, Liverpool fans forget that before Pochettino got sacked, we were finishing higher than them in the league for like 10 years in a row. Like, it wasn't even close.
Liverpool went through a dark period when they won the
That's the same reason I support them, to be honest. Well, there you go.
In 2005, they won the European Cup, miraculous comeback against Milan, and then they went through a dark period. It happens. Our dark periods, we haven't won a trophy since the Carabao Cup, but nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, Richarlison had a good sofa score today because of the numbers of shots that he took, and stuff like that. But I'm looking at the quality of the chances that he missed, right? So he's going to get, the sofa score. Well, I think it's a valid way to judge players, compare players on the day. There are some aspects of it that aren't necessarily contextual, but yeah, I think Richarlison wasn't horrible today. But he had so many chances that he should have been, like, if those chances fall to Son that Richarlison had today, and Son misses those chances, people are crucifying him, right? Regardless of what the sofa score says. If Son misses those chances that Richarlison had today, people are coming for his head, right? Am I wrong, Maury? I mean, they come into his head for a lot less.
Yeah.
So that's, for me, that's why I want Richarlison to have done better on the day. But he wasn't awful.
I mean, dark period. I don't mean like when they won. I'm talking about when they won from the Champions League against Milan. There was a period where they had Brendan Rodgers as manager. They had what's his name before that. They went through a 7 or 8 period where they weren't winning trophies. Like all clubs. It's just that we've gone 15 years without a trophy. And we all know the reason why. I'm telling you now, the day that Daniel Levy sells this club, let some rich Saudi or someone from Middle East buy Tottenham. Trust me, with the stadium we got, yeah. And the money that brings in, yeah. Trust me. Other clubs are going to be like, yeah. Like I said, it's all by chance.
Yeah.
So Roman Abramovich wanted to buy Tottenham. But Levy and Enoch didn't want to sell any part of Tottenham to the guy. And changed Chelsea's fortunes for life, because they were also known as a cup, to my knowledge, also known as a cup team.
Yeah, I mean, we're a top 6 club. We literally have the 6th most trophies in the Premier League, right? Out of all the English clubs, we are the 6th biggest club, period. Right? So people can lie and say, that we're a small club and all that stuff, but we're bigger. Up until recently, we were bigger than Manchester City. We are bigger than Aston Villa. We're bigger than Everton. We're bigger than Newcastle. We're bigger than Nottingham Forest. We're bigger than Wolverhampton. It's a silly argument, right? We are a big six club. We are in the big six, right? Unless Aston Villa goes and wins the Europa League or something this season, or wins the FA Cup, then they'll be tied with us.
The only club, and they're not close to coming back, that were originally in the Big Six was Everton. But right now, Everton doesn't even know. They got new owners. Everton's trying to survive.
But Villa's got 25. So
Everton's been, yeah.
And we have more European trophies than a lot of those clubs. We have more European trophies than Arsenal does, So there's different ways. Like, we're bigger in Europe than Arsenal is, and that's fact. We just are.
Yeah.
Not only are we bigger than them, but we have a higher UEFA coefficient than them. So I mean, it is how it is, man. Here you go, KPV.
Keep crying their tears.
Yeah. But from the game as a whole, though, I mean, what did you think about, rather than the people moaning and groaning and woaning, that we beat them today? What were your thoughts on the day, as far as like how the performance went and all of that stuff?
This other YouTube podcaster said it the way I said it, and you said it the same thing. We better win this game, or there's going to be a lot of criticism of Big Ange. I think Big Ange got it wrong. And like I said, I've said this all the time. No one is immune to criticism. Just because you criticize someone doesn't mean that you don't support them, you don't like them. Love Big Ange. Love what he's doing.
100%, Ren.
It's just one or two things. Like I said, the Carabao Cup, the 9 new stars, they really like that decision, but hey, it's already happened. And today, if Sonny is injured, I still have it.
Everybody got the Brighton prediction wrong yesterday. I don't know what happened to Brighton today.
Except me. I had 2-1.
It was 6-1. That's what I'm talking about. There's a big difference between winning 2-1 and getting pounded 6-1, right?
Ollie Watkins. I've always Ollie Watkins.
There's a lot of predictions. City lost today, right? I don't think anyone predicted Manchester United losing to Crystal Palace. Like, we all kind of, like, I think you and I said like a 0-0 draw or something like that.
Yeah. Well, right by Crystal Palace, I said 1-0. Actually, I had that right. Crystal Palace over United. Yeah, I had 1-0. The one I had wrong, but Arsenal, I thought players weren't going to play. I did think Saka and Rice were going to play, and I did say that disclaimer. If they don't play, it's a draw. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my whole prediction on Arsenal was based on none of those players playing, right? So, you were so off. Yeah, I was really far off. But what's funny is when you look at the data of that game, my analysis of how Brighton played was actually accurate, because Villa only had 30% possession in the whole game, and Brighton had a ton of chances, and they still got pounded 6-1. Like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you have 30%. Look, I mean, if you pull up the numbers in the game, it's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I saw that at the time, the possession and stuff. Brighton had their chances, but Aston Villa was clinical, man. Ollie Watkins. And I rate the guy. I really rate the guy.
Well, I think one of them was an own goal too, right?
Yeah, one was an own goal. Yeah. You remember, I told you. I have, as my dark horse, I said it. People can clip it. I said Aston Villa will make the top 5. People were like, no, you crazy.
Yeah, so here's the crazy part, right? And this is why stats sometimes can't predict an actual outcome of a game, right? Because stats is simply a recording of what's happened in the past. So it can educate your opinions on things, but it can't predict the future. Brighton had more XG than Aston Villa did, and Aston Villa won 6-1. Right? Their XG was 1.58, and Brighton's was 1.71, and Brighton lost 6-1. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And expected assist too. Like, so, and you look at big shots or big chances. Brighton had more big chances than Aston Villa did, and they still lost 6-1. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you were to look at this game back, you would have to think that the scoreline's a typo, because in every metric of the game, right, other than putting the goal in the back of the box, Aston Villa did have a ton of shots in the box, though. They had 14 shots inside the box.
Yeah, man, Aston Villa's a good team, man. They're a good team.
No, I just think it's a fluke, man. You had 518 passes, 320. I'm like, Brighton dominated them on the pitch in almost every single metric possible, except for the scoreline. It's nuts. It's crazy. That's football for you, though. That's what I'm saying. Crap happens.
For BX Bronx Gunner.
Yeah, XG is not a stat. XG is simply an analytic of what somebody should. It's a shoulda, woulda, coulda. XG is a woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's not an actual stat. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes these metrics aren't accurate.
Arsenal's the second biggest behind United. But Arsenal has a lot of support in the States, especially with Caribbean, Jamaican, Haitians. But United is the most supported club in the States and in Mexico and Central America. But yeah, Arsenal is big in the States and Africa. Yeah. But yeah, man. But Villa, man, we played them in November. That's a game I'm worried about. Like I said, I think Villa is a good team. I think Villa is a very, very good team. But yeah, go back to the game. Yeah, no one's immune from criticism, man. Yo, the substitution, like, I don't know if it's 100% that Sonny was injured, but you know my opinion about it. Like, if Sonny's not going to play full 90, that's going to be a problem. You took him out in the 70th minute. Put in Davies, Skip, Højbjerg, not really known for offensive guys to win the game. And we had to win this game because, yeah, we're getting banter now for winning of a own goal. Can you imagine if we drew and then scored a goal? Oh my goodness! And so, I just think Sonny should have played the rest of the game. Madison, he was, I don't know, limping. It was just, I don't know. But, it's also part two, the quality, man, on the bench. Like, with Perisic gone and Johnson being injured, Johnson's going to come back, man. We don't have that much options. Brian Hill wasn't even out today, man. It's January can't get any sooner. January needs to get here quick because we need to make some signings. Eric Dier is not in the club. Sell him off.
Well, only if you have double D's, Elias.
Maurice. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, any players that really stand up for you?
Poro, man. I was talking to C-Cube. I think Poro should get a man of the match. He had the highest surface score. He was solid defensively. He did a good job. Man, he has been a surprise to me personally. I know you boldly say he's going to be good. For me, these 5 games, man, ever since the first game, man, Poro has been pulling his weight. He's been solid. So I would definitely say Poro. I will also say Romero was good. Sonny scored. But I'm gonna give it to Poro, man of the match, man. I'm gonna give it to Poro.
Yeah. Look, and this is the thing too. Like, there's a lot of Spurs fans that are backtracking their gaffes and their biffs and their buffs that they've had on Pedro Porro. I told people at the end of last year when everybody was saying he was bad. I said he wasn't. I said, you got to give the guy time. I said he'll get his thing together. Did he have some defensive woes at times? Yeah, but I always knew that he was going to come good because of just the quality of the player that he is, right? When you have that much technical ability, it just takes time to get settled in before you start doing things. Now, do I think that he's going to be like the best defender ever and he's never going to make mistakes? No, but there's nobody like that. There's not a single. If you look at all the right backs and left backs that people rate as world class, they've all got mistakes in them. Hakimi, Walker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson,
Ruben Diaz, Arsenal
Ruben
fans.
Diaz.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
They were saying Romero, own goal. Ruben Diaz with a gift against Wolves, and old goal, and it was worse than Romero's. So it happens to the best. It happens to the best of defenders.
I mean, there was no difference between Romero's own goal yesterday and Matip's own goal today. None.
Yeah.
It was the exact same thing. Ball coming across the face of box. Defender sticks his leg out and knocks it into the back of the goal.
A couple years
That's
ago.
what I understand. Why was the Romero goal Arsenal? Saka throwing darts, celebrating, when it was the exact same thing as happened today, and now all of a sudden it's like you can't beat us without an own goal, without us scoring for you, right? Like seriously, like it's so hypocritical. Like the footballing world is so. This is why I use data, and this is why I use stats when I do arguments to strip away all the emotional bullshit, right?
And that was the game-winning goal. The Ruben Diaz goal, and no one's bashing Dave. Ruben Diaz, how could you? No one's criticizing him.
Well, I mean, the Romero goal was the game-winning goal or game-drawing goal because without that goal, we beat them 2-1. They didn't create anything. That's what I'm saying. At least we created chances today. And you could have said that if we would have kept going and the scoreline would have been different, we could have come back and we could have done something else. But Arsenal didn't create nothing.
Now, I will say this. India Gunner brings a point, and I was going on Twitter. Here's the difference, right? Rodri will be missed, but here's the difference. They can still win because the way Wolves play, Arsenal doesn't play that way, right? Wolves are looking for the counter. They're looking to play, I don't want to say low block football, but they know what they're doing. Whereas Arsenal they're gonna play. They're gonna try to have more possession than City. They're gonna play out. So that's why I say City Arsenal next weekend is gonna be different because the game plan, the masterclass that Gary O'Neill did today with Wolves is not the same game plan that Arteta is going to do. He should do it, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. So it's going to be interesting next week. But I would love to see a draw, Arsenal and City, like 1-1, 2-2, and we win against Luton because you know what that means? we're on top. Or even go
we'll be in first place.
Yeah.
No. I want Arsenal to get pounded at home. I want City to beat Arsenal 3-4-0 at home.
I want to draw.
No, I want them to get pounded at home because if they draw, then all the Arsenal people are going to come out and see, we drew the champions. We are title contenders. I want them to absolutely get snub-nosed. I want them to lose 6-7-1.
I want
to just to cut the air. You know how like when you're fighting somebody, right? I don't know if you've ever been in a fight, but I used to fight a lot when I was a kid, right?
I've been in a couple fights.
And you're fighting somebody and they're all hot and heavy. So the first shot I always used to do is just try to hit him right in the sternum, right? Like just right below one shot to the body. Just take the air out of them. Because once you take the air out of them, even if when they catch their breath, they're scared now. Like it does something to you psychologically, right? When you get the wind knocked out of you and you can't breathe, that you feel like I could hit somebody in the face 3 or 4 times and they could still feel like they could have taken me. But when you get the wind knocked out of you, you get, unless you had it happen a lot, it messes with you psychologically.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's just that
that's why I want City just to knock the wind out of the sails of the Arsenal people for all the bullshit they chat.
If City loses next week to Arsenal, we know City's like, well, we came back.
Yeah, street fights. We're not talking in competition. Street fights.
we know Man City came back against Arsenal last year, so they'll only be like, okay, yeah, we're trailing them by a couple points. I'm just saying for us, because we play Luton, if we should be Luton, it will have us at first, unless Arsenal batters City and then goal differential they're ahead of us. But I don't know. I want to draw. I want to draw because I want us to be in first. But I get what you're saying. But
Yeah.
City dropping points today, man. It's open up. Liverpool's still there. Liverpool is going to have a say in this race. They'll be there despite the loss today. I still think they will be there, but
Adam Phillip, he hates 12:30 kickoffs. I love 12:30 kickoffs. I don't know why you hate them, Adam. Like for me, it's the perfect time. Like I don't have to get up early. After the game, most of my day is still available. Right? You know, for me, anywhere from 10 to my favorite games on the day are the 3:00 ones, like midweek games.
Yeah. Yes, I am going to watch some. I'm going to glance at the Canelo fight. He's fighting tonight.
Is there's supposed to be some fight, isn't there? NXT or something like that or whatever?
No, Canelo's fighting tonight. My girlfriend was letting me know.
So, Will, are you going to defeat Luton cleanly without the help of referees? Yeah, the same way that we beat the other 6 teams that we played.
They got jokes.
Look, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, people ask, like, we haven't been harmed this season because of the referees too, right? You know, and Kedia should have a 3-game ban right now, as Arsenal go into the City game. Brentford, we should have won that game. We should have 3 points on that. We should actually be in first place right now because that, if let's put it this way, the yellow that Jota got today that people said wasn't a yellow because Adoji's foot clipped the top of his knee is the same amount of contact that Son made with that guy in the box. Exact same amount. They got a penalty for that, and we ended up drawing the game 2-2. You know?
Yeah, and like I said, you know, PGM.
If we had those 3 points, if we add 2 points to our total, and what place are we in right now, Mark?
Oh, we first?
We're first. 19 points. We'd be 1 point ahead of Manchester United or Manchester City. We're already like 19 points ahead of Manchester United. We would be 1 point ahead of Manchester City right now if it wasn't for that bad red card or a bad penalty given to us in the Brentford game.
Yeah,
100%. We've lost points this season too because of bad refereeing.
I'll tell you this: the Premier League. If you look at the table, it's stacked, man. It's stacked, and that's
100%.
without United and Chelsea up there. This league is man. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, let's take a look at the results on the day. There's some other results on the day because it's just the two of us tonight. We don't need to run this show for crazy hours. Although the link is still pinned to the top of the chat, so if anybody does want to jump on and have their say and talk about anything, you're welcome to do so. As long as it's not dad jokes or talking about adult toys, we should be good.
That includes the Gooners too. They could jump on.
Yeah, Gooners can jump on if they want. Anfield guys can jump on, like Liverpool guys. Like, I know you're salty, but if you want to come and have a chat, we'll debate with you. We're not scared here.
Just jump on.
We can have a screaming match if you want to have a screaming match. Get it out of your system. We'll be your therapy for the night. That's what the rant show is for. Make sure you are smashing that like button too. But let's take a look at the results for today, and we'll share a screen here.
I said the league is weak. No, the league is stacked. You got separation of points. You got 6-7 teams. This is good.
Yeah, so we got let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on this one. Yeah, we can scroll down on that one.
I told you Crystal Meth was gonna beat United at Old Trafford. I said that Friday. I said it last night. And that's what happened, man. United is in the mud. United is in the mud. I'm telling you. Oh,
100%.
yeah, it's
But we got 6-1 to Brighton. The Bournemouth Arsenal game. So again, here we go. Like I'm gonna troll the Gooners a little bit more. Why on earth is Mikel Arteta throwing out psyops going away to Bournemouth? Like, why is he out there telling all these people that these are going to start, emergency meeting streams for Gooner channers? All of these players are out injured, and they all started. Like there was no difference between the starting 11 that started against us and the starting 11 that went against Bournemouth, I think, except for maybe. Let's take a look at the lineup though.
Havertz scored. It was like his best game, Havertz. He showed the pulse. Goodness, what do you think about Kai Havertz's game today? Did he show some life today?
So yeah, Saliba, Ben White, Gabriel, Zinchenko. So same people that started from us. Odegaard, Havertz. So the only difference was Havertz started over Vieira. That was it.
He actually played.
And then you had Saka, Jesus, Nketiah. It's the exact same lineup for us, but you had Havertz playing over Vieira. That's the only difference, which isn't a loss. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Kai Havertz is a better player than Vieira, Patrick Vieira, anyway. And he actually even scored a goal today too. So he broke his 007. Havertz broke his 007 stuff today. You can't call him 008 now, right? He's still 007, but he's not 008.
They're being harsh on Havertz, man. He actually played a decent game. He was decent.
So this is another big surprise here too, though. Luton finally getting their first win of the day or of the season, away, by the way, to Everton.
Yeah.
Not at home, even away to Everton. Ended up winning 2-1.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, they were up 1-0.
I don't care if it's Havertz a pen or not. Havertz still scored it, man.
Yeah, I mean, he scored the pen.
Yeah, he scored. He's got his goal. You can't call him 008. You can call him 008 from open play, but then all the eye test merchants will mock you. So
I still think Everton's gonna survive. For some reason, man, they survive. Oh, they're going down. But Everton always finds a way to survive. It's just, for some reason, Everton has a way of they have 9 lives. They're like a cat. Whenever we're like, all right, that's it. They go into the championship. They always find a way.
Yeah, Everton, and we got Everton coming up too. So good for that. We've got Luton and Everton coming up. Another one that we've got coming up is Crystal Palace. Hakeem Anderson, again, from set pieces. That's the only guy. Look, we don't have to worry about Crystal Palace scoring from anything other than corner kicks, dude. But I'm going to tell you what. Hakeem Anderson, if you play FPL and you don't have Hakeem Anderson on your team, you're dumb. Because this guy has been scoring so many points in FPL. The guy is literally scoring majority of Crystal Palace's goals from like set pieces and header and corner kicks.
We were talking about him yesterday. Stephen was ragging on Anderson yesterday, and he's the one.
It's silly. It's silly. You gotta this guy's been scoring so many goals. Like I think he's got. I don't know. Let's see how many goals he's got. He's got a bunch.
Do you think Ten Hag survives past Christmas? Well, you think Ten Hag? People in the chat, do you think Ten Hag, over or under, that he survives winter, the summer? Ten Hag.
I don't think he.
Survives.
I don't think he survives.
Those in the chat, do you guys think Ten Hag will survive past December at United?
Dude's got 2 goals, and
I don't think Poch is gonna go. I just, as bad as they are, I think they have to because they just fired Potter, and then before that, man. So that is a good question. Who's the first to go, Poch or Ten Hag? I think Ten Hag, man. I think Ten Hag. His leash is short.
I think Ten Hag, because he's had more time in the job, right? Poch has had 6 games,
Yeah.
right? Ten Hag has had a year and a half, right? So, Ten Hag leaves for me first for sure. I think he gets the sack first.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got Man United's in absolute mud. You know, they can't.
You think
they're struggling hardcore now. You've got.
I don't think it's the first sack. I don't think so.
They're not expected. There's no expectation there, right? So you got Newcastle, Burnley, and this is what I'm talking about, right? With these results, right? Like you would think the Sheffield United, having had better results so far than Burnley, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, we beat Burnley or Sheffield United 2-1 at our ground, right? In the last minute. Newcastle comes out and pumps them 8-0, and everybody's saying, "See, Newcastle's better than Tottenham." But we pumped Burnley 5-2, and they can only win 2. They can only put 2 past Burnley. That's what I'm saying. Each game is a statistically independent event. And just because we beat a team 5-2 doesn't mean that we're better than a team because they didn't beat them 5-2. The game is different. The players are different. The situations are different. Everything's different. And the only thing that matters is the points on the board, dude. And where Newcastle's out on the table right now, they are not in contention with us. Right now, they're not. It could change. But right now, they're not. You got West Ham here, beating Sheffield United 2-0 at home. Not a surprise there.
Yeah.
Wolves City won. This one was surprising because Wolves can't really score goals. They did get an own goal. Ruben Diaz scoring an own goal early off in the game. Very similar to what Romero did. It was a very similar situation. Against Arsenal, and it hooked him. And you got Hung Hui Chan here, Hung Hui Chan, and scoring a goal in the 66th minute to put him away. Yeah.
Who did Chelsea?
Julian Alvarez. You basically you had whatchamacallit, Kyle Walker was really bad today. Had a bad game today. Yeah. Getting an early yellow early on.
Haaland did score.
Haaland was doing it. Son pulls in with Son's only 2 goals behind Erling Haaland now. And this is what people don't realize. Son Heung-min now after 7 games we're on the exact same. This is what people don't realize. I don't think people realize this. Under Antonio Conte last season, we were on the same amount of points as we are right now. The only difference was we won our first game, drew the second game, and we drew the first game, won the second game. And then our next game we played was a loss, but that was to Arsenal. But right now where we're sitting on the exact same amount of points that we're sitting on under Antonio Conte, and Son Heung-min is on as many goals as Harry Kane was at this same point in the season last year, and Harry Kane ended up finishing on 30. So do we think that Son is going to challenge Erling Haaland for the Golden Boot this season?
It's possible.
And I think it's an interesting race, too, because this is the first time Son has ever played in that number 9 role. And if Son continually plays in the number 9 role to the end of the season, and he's on pens, he's the guy that's on pens. There's no data to base this on because it's never happened before. I just got to postulate here a little bit. He could bust 30 goals.
Indian brings a good point. Yeah, last season, I was kind of bemused by some of your points, Spurs fans saying Son should be let go.
It's man. Dumb. Indian guy. That's why you saw me on this channel fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Right?
They wanted
on Twitter,
him
tooth and nail.
Last season, they wanted him gone.
And a lot of people. That's what I was saying. Deji Spurs is one that was doing. He even said it this season. After the first 3 games of the season, they were trashing Son. The other ones that we all know well about. saying something was done, he was busted, he had no legs, and all these other lies.
Now they're happy, like, oh, he scored, yeah. Where were
Big up,
you?
Zaffer, I appreciate it. But apparently I'm not a mathematician, so I shouldn't talk about stats. That one's for you, Stefan. But yeah, man, it's just really bad. There was a lot of people. Twitter was that way. Sorry, my chest is a little sore. I'm not like trying to feel myself. I worked out yesterday and my chest, you get the soreness right along the edge of the muscle on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And we already talked about Aston Villa, Brighton. Tomorrow, who Chelsea play? Because man,
Chelsea play Fulham. Chelsea play Fulham tomorrow. We got one more resort to look at, and that one was this one here. And look at it. I mean, just all the reds and yellows. Five more yellow cards, by the way, for Tottenham. We are now on 25 yellow cards this season.
Gosh.
Adoji, I think, is on 4 cards now. Basuma, I think, is on 4 cards now. Christian Romero, while he went the first 4 games without getting a card, has gotten one I think consecutively in the last 3. I think he's on 3 yellow cards now. Pedro Porro, I think, is on 2. And even the new kid on the block gets a yellow card.
This reminds me of the 90s. If you look at those old 90s Premier League games, man, where they had a lot of cards. It was really physical, man.
Bro, we've got like a ridiculous amount of cards, man.
Gosh, both teams, man. That's a whole lot of cards, man. So Fulham plays Chelsea, man. Gosh, that is not an easy game for Chelsea. That is not an easy game. Man.
So the odds on the Luton game are negative 20 or 222.
Mo Salah did have a shot on target. You know that, right?
Yeah. He would have I think he would have had an assist for the Diaz goal that was called back. But other than that, he was quiet today. That's what I'm saying. Like all these Liverpool fans are saying, like, we outplayed you, we did this, blah, blah. You didn't. Like that's the whole thing about this that really makes, it really pisses me off about stuff like that because they're wrong. We're averaging like 4 yellow cards a game right now, bro. 4 yellows a game is our average, dude.
That's not good for depth.
We're gonna have half our team. We're gonna have our whole team suspended for 1 game for yellow card suspension.
Eric Dier waiting in the wings. I
don't think people realize this, but say 3 or 4, because we're getting 3 to 4 yellows a game, right? Yeah. 3 to 4 yellows a game. What if we have 3 people on 5 yellows or 4 yellows, right? And those 3 all get a yellow and they all get suspended on the same day. We're fucked, dude. You got to start strategically.
Phillips, Dier.
Because these guys are our midfield. These aren't our center backs. It's the midfielders.
Midfield. That's skipping the Hoiberg.
No, I'm saying you got to start telling. Like if you're on 4, right? You got to start telling people, Basuma, okay, today's your day. You go out and get a yellow early, right? Have us brought on, and then we'll do all these things. But I mean, it is what it is. But we can't hear you, Mari. We can't hear you over the bat music.
The bat. B. I was gonna say because you know how there's a song. It's like I'm a bad bitch, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say bad bitch, but I didn't think it would be very nice because she's not a bitch. But it was a play on the rap song. And then as I take my foot out of my mouth, C-Cubed is in the house. What's going on?
Lovely intro there.
C-Cubed, can you answer Xavier's question? He has a good question. Please talk about Ange substitutions, especially the early Sun substitution.
Yeah, are we confirmed or not on what the reasoning for that was? Because I don't know if I watched any of like Ange's post match stuff. I had a headache for the last like several hours. I was like having.
I watched Jurgen Klopp's post match interview because I wanted to see if he cried. He actually didn't cry today.
Well, I did. Well, he was whining though. That's for sure. I mean, he was making all the noises. Like you might not have seen the tears, but he was going red card.
No, he was he was pretty calm compared to what I've seen him before. He moaned more harder and more when Conte drew him than in Conte's first season.
That's because that's because he's doing better right now and has like a whole lot of season left. So I think he's like, I'm not gonna get too riled up right now because there's still a lot of season left. But anyways, I don't know. I didn't watch. I saw Klopp post match quotes, but I didn't watch or read Ange's. I don't know what his reasoning was. If it was for injury, which I mean, I heard that maybe that might be the reason. Then I guess sure.
See, on SofaScore earlier today, they had a plus sign over Son's name. Now they don't.
What is going on?
So
is he injured? Is he not injured?
I don't know what's going on. I'm just saying. Because Cody Gakpo went off injured. How did that? Nobody fouled Cody Gakpo when he got injured.
It's hyperextension. I think his knee.
Yeah, it was. He got there was a foul. I think a Doji or somebody fouled him, or a Basuma. That led to a free kick that got kicked out of Clowns and then in for a throw in. It was like 3 or 4 things later, and it was.
Well, I mean that happens, right? Like, I mean, it wasn't like Brennan Johnson was fouled, and that's why he went off injured. He's just kind of, No, I know, but like they were saying. Like Jurgen Klopp was complaining about the fact that Gakpo got injured, right? Like he said, more so than the 3 points that we lost today, or the referee calls, or all that stuff. We've got Gakpo injured now, and he was like almost trying to he was blaming. Did they get a yellow card for that? And it was like Gakpo got injured after he scored the freaking goal, and there was nobody within 2 feet from him. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Mm-hmm. What are you moaning for? I don't know. I feel
another guy that's about to chat some waffle. Bring in the Waffle House, Elias. Having us trying to call in Dier in the watch along today. Bring Dier on the pitch. Don't forget. Don't go on these other channels and act like you didn't say you wanted to bring Dier onto the pitch today, Elias.
Which channel?
I'm holding to your feet to the final. To the fire. You came on the watch along this morning talking about we should bring on Eric Dier. We need Eric Dier's long diagonal balls. We need this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
Then you go on We Are Tottenham TV, basically repeating my talking points when your stuff was completely ass backwards during the watch along. Yeah, you did.
You were getting called out.
I didn't.
I'm taking you to the woods, man.
Okay, listen. Okay, Eric Dier one. Let me tell you guys. Actually, I was speaking to a Liverpool fan yesterday, and he was saying to me that if you guys want to win, you guys need to play long balls because the teams that usually win against Liverpool are the ones that play long balls. And
Arsenal fans are saying the same thing, dude. Stop listening to Liverpool fans. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No, they just want to
this
trick
Liverpool fan is not like a typical Liverpool fan. He's one.
Yeah, but Elias, we play Ange ball. That's all we play. Look, this is what I'm saying. Like all these fans, I watch a lot. I don't know why. Maybe I should stop. I didn't watch all last season. I hardly watched any other channels. But I think it's because of how well we're doing here now that maybe like the interest has spurred back of me. So I've been watching like not only a lot of neutral channels, but a lot of our channels this year. And I've just heard people talk absolute horseshit a lot of times. Like, let's play Pedro Porro as a right winger and slide Kulu in as the mid, and let's play Eric Dier as a striker. I'm being hyperbolic now. Nobody said that, but what I'm saying is they're saying, well, maybe we should change the formation to this, that, and the other thing. No, we play Ange ball. Ange plays the same. He'll play the same in every game. So all of you fans out there that want to coach from who want to be a backseat coach, stop. Ange is not going to change the system. He's not going to play long balls over the top from Eric Dier. It's not going to happen. So let's talk about. That's what made me so mad about last season when I would have debates with people and they were trying to get Conte to not be Conte. But that doesn't happen. Ange is Ange. If you're going to talk about the game, you got to talk about it with Ange lenses on. Right? Go put on a fat suit, come outside, talk about it from an Ange point of view. Right?
Did you just call our beloved Big Ange fat?
He is fat.
Are you fat? Are you fat shaming him?
No, I'm not fat shaming him. He's just fat. That's just reality. And in fact, he fat shamed himself today.
Okay. Everybody come for Will. Everybody come for him. He's fat shaming.
Didn't say there's nothing wrong with being fat other than the fact that it's not healthy for you.
Ooh, everybody come for Will.
Fat is fat. Skinny is skinny.
No, my internet.
Fat is skinny fat.
My internet is. What? How did we go into skinny fat and fat?
Because I was telling you, you need to come at it from like as if you are Ange. Pochettino is fat too, by the way.
Okay. Pochettino is not really that fat, and just slightly more fat. And
Poch is actually he's gained weight.
I was fat last year
since being at Spurs. Poch is bigger now than he was when he was at Spurs, and that just comes with age.
Yeah, it's what I'm telling you. Like when I hit, it really did, because I didn't used to watch my diet at all. Right, like I usually eat what I wanted, and I when I'm in that mode, I don't have like a 6-pack, but I have a pack. Like it's not a dad belly or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, from once I hit 40 and I kind of stopped paying attention, I was drinking 2 or 3 beers in the evening, just kind of sit down and relax, doing things, being a little bit, not as active as normal. And I walked past the mirror. I was like, whoa, dude, that ain't good. So I had to get rid of that. So I cut out the beer. I'm back down to 200 pounds, which is kind of like my main staple. But
unrelated to Spurs, but how do you feel about? It was like I think a few months ago, Big Sam was getting interviewed about his time at Leeds, and he implied that one of the biggest issues that they had and why they weren't able to stay up was the fitness of the players, and that he remembers under Bielsa that the fitness was really good with the players. But since then, in that 18 months or whatever, like he said that the fitness had become one of the worst in the league. It used to be one of the best, but like it was like second to last or something in the league. And I felt
maybe Jesse Marsh didn't make him. He didn't
call him out directly, but I felt like that was implying that Marsh and his staff were, not making the players put in the work during training.
Some managers don't like Jose Mourinho doesn't put a big emphasis on fitness, right? Like he doesn't make players run. Like, and you could say that we lost a lot of fitness because coming out of a Pochettino team where fitness is key, right? And going in from a Jose and then Conte, one of the things that they talked about was how the players were like slow and out of shape. So, kind of is what it is. But
when you don't.
By the way, Will, which were the points that I copied from you? You were saying.
So much, huh?
Which points were the one that I copied from you at via Tottenham TV?
That's the fact that we didn't really perform badly on the day, but we didn't perform well either. Right?
But that's like a very
live
generic.
On the live stream, you were saying the opposite. So you can't. You were talking about how we were playing dog shit, and the Dier needed to come on. Yes, you did in the chat. I called you out. Watch it back, bro.
No, I said. Okay. I didn't say that we are playing dog shit. Okay, the Dier one, I was just.
Well, I'm obviously I am. I'm not quoting you, right? I am saying in general, your view of the game at the time in the second half was not a positive one, right? And my opinion on it was measured, and then your opinion of magically 20, 30 minutes later on We Are Tottenham TV is no longer negative but measured is
what to do
unusual. Because you didn't mention Eric Dier when you were on Watton TV. You didn't mention Eric Dier at all, did you, when you were on Tottenham TV?
You want me to go and mention Eric Dier?
I'm busting your balls, man.
Toxic. Okay, hold on. First of all, let me clarify that. First of all, that view is very generic. That yes, we actually didn't play that well, because we really didn't play that well. I did say that at We Are Tottenham TV as well. That to a certain point, I was very annoyed by watching the game. If you heard that correctly, if you heard me there, by the way, I did say that. I was very annoyed.
Yeah, I don't remember everything you said word for word, but I remember the general gist of your moments on there. And it was contrary to your opinions on the watch along. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, which opinion was contrary? I would like to know.
Like I just said, you were negative on the watch along, and then you were more positive on the post match, more measured.
Yeah,
Eric
all right, guys. All right, boys. Show your receipts, I guess. Fight.
Let me find the receipts.
You look up the receipts while we actually do the show.
I feel like there's the Spurs fans are getting along like so much more now. I'm just like, where's all the fighting gone?
Yeah, I just want to fight with other fan bases now, right? So that's what I've moved on to. Going after Eagle.
So you want to start all the fighting,
or what? And if you're an American YouTuber, or if you're a YouTuber in general, and you want to have a debate, or it's the problem, man. The more times you beat people in debates, the less people want to debate you. I should start losing a couple times.
By the way, I saw you.
Will and Mari had
flowers yesterday.
Are Levy inners now, right? You guys have made this a Levy in channel.
Levy in?
Yeah.
I'm not Levy in.
No, I'm teasing.
I am.
With the video, he gave credit to.
He gave credit to Daniel Levy today on We Are Tottenham TV too, on their watch along on the post match show. No, I'm not watch. I don't watch cricket, my man. I think cricket is the silliest game ever, but I don't understand it. So.
Yeah, I also don't watch cricket. I also don't watch cricket.
I watched the Guyanese team. The Guyanese team, because a good friend of mine, she got me watching it, and so I've seen some of the highlights for the.
To me, it just looks like grown men hitting plastic balls with canoe paddles, right? So I don't know the rules, so
weird game indeed.
It doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, I know the rules of baseball. Baseball makes sense to me, right? You have a big stadium. Right, but cricket is literally two poles in the ground and grown men trying to hit a ball with a canoe paddle. I don't get the game. So
Sonny doesn't either. Which he admitted in the interview, he was like, "I don't understand it, but when they cheer, I just cheer with them. I like the cheering part."
Okay,
that's what he said.
Let me explain you how cricket works. Okay. So basically, there are two guys who are on either side of wickets. Wickets are basically on the pitch like those standing three rods. So there are two guys. They are trying to score for their team. The other team who are like bowling, they have to out them. So how it works is the fella, if he hits the wicket by throwing the ball, he get another player. He get one of the players actually eliminated. And the player who is scoring, he has to score in the air. So if he score all the way from the air to the boundary, he scores a 6. If he scores like from boundary going from via the ground with the shot going until the boundary, he scores a 4. So it's something like that.
I don't understand anything you just said.
It's like,
exactly.
You might as well have been the teacher from Charlie Brown, right? I mean,
Yeah,
the
I
whole
also
thing
don't
was
understand the
just, you know.
When
That's
they
what
had
you
the
just said.
You are
real
being a bit of a dick
Grand
today. I'm
finals
not gonna lie.
tonight. That was not tonight. It's tomorrow in Australia. You got the what's that club? I can't stand them. They got the Jerome Howell playing the Broncos. Go Broncos!
No NFL talking here. I hate that same sport.
Oh no, rugby. I was just talking about rugby.
Oh.
Their Super Bowl was there.
He's come crawling out the woods. He's back from Starbucks. Put on the auto tune. Minerals. Minerals.
I'm never in the woods.
Minerals.
Listen, mate, I'm never in the woods. Let's have that right. I'm the minerals. I'm the founder of Minerals FC. Let's have that right. Don't get
You're
into
in
the
the
woods.
woods with
I'm
me.
never
You're
in the woods.
You're the woods with me. I was and I don't know why. What did I do? What did I do?
You're being a wrongin'. So you're staying in the woods for another.
Bro, it's 3 o'clock in the morning in your house. If I was your dad, I would murder you right now. You would be in the woods if I was your dad.
What did I do?
Alone, man.
What did I do?
I can hear people in the background. What do you mean you live alone?
Bro. Let me land my minerals, bro. Before I send you to the woods, up the minerals FC, bro. Let's have it right, man. Done.
What did I do?
You're in the wrong list. All you other little melts are in the wrong list. But I'm done.
Me? You don't want to take me on, dude. I will take you to the woodshed faster than...
Never. Will's not in the woods because he's a good boy. He's a Minerals FC general. Elias is not in the woods.
I'm a 4-star general.
Listen.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
I don't know. Today Will is in a mudding mood. He's mudding everybody.
What?
I'm bantering you, dude.
I've been wrong. I even sent over some shines. What
Listen,
are you talking about?
that's why I'm hitting you guys up. You know what I mean? I'm a self-made minerals millionaire, bro. Let's have it right, bro.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Self-made minerals millionaire. Well, I appreciate it.
What did you think about your Gooners today?
Listen,
wait, before that, hold on.
Martin Minerals Odegaard, bro. Silky generational German Kai Havertz, bro.
But hold on. You know what though? You know, Minerals. What Minerals is bossing everybody. Okay, because on TJ's show, he predicted Spurs to win over Liverpool. He's the only one. He's the only one who predicted it.
I predicted the exact same score, bro.
The exact same score. He predicted 2-1 to Spurs. He's the only one that predicted a Spurs win, and he's the only one that predicted it to be exactly right.
Exactly. I just had to first call the wrongins. That was the first thing. I'm not even calling out Spurs. I just had to land the Minerals. I'm not even calling out your club. But I'm talking about today's game, and Spurs landed the Minerals, man. I don't care. Yes, the referee was kind of nice to you guys, but you put the ball in the back of the net, and Liverpool didn't do it. So you guys did what?
Well, they did. They just had it called back, man.
I mean, you put the ball in the net more than them. So therefore,
by the way, guys, how often does VAR come and apologize to a team? Liverpool are really a Liverpool.
It happens all the time. Is it my internet or is it Elias' internet cutting out?
I think it's Elias.
It's Elias.
Somebody screenshot. Let's put on full screen. Oh, dang, he came back.
I hear Tupac in the background. You know they found his killer. Well, they arrested someone.
They got Puff Daddy?
Nah,
it was Puff Daddy. I know it was Puff Daddy. It was not Puff Daddy.
Bro. I just had to hit you guys up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Tupac of here, bro. Tupac is the ultimate minerals general.
Yeah.
I guess.
Your fellow Gooner had a question for you. Your thoughts on your back four today?
Listen, Gabriel landed the minerals. Saliba did. All those two are minerals generals. That's what I can say. But let's not get giddy. And man, I'm just hyped, man. I'm just feeling positive today, man. I'm just here to bring good energy, man, because some people are missing it in life, and that's what the minerals is here for.
I mean, the minerals. I got a question for you. What were your thoughts about your fan base last week crying all? You didn't cry. You're like the only one that wasn't out there moaning and crying about the result on the weekend.
I don't cry about the result because I felt like at times we could have scored. You guys as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5-5. We dominate in some parts. You guys had your spell as well. Let's have that right. And even the stats show that you had a decent spell, but ultimately a draw was a fair result. So I didn't complain.
Yeah, big up to you for that on that. Another question though is why were you bigging up your back line today when like Bournemouth created fuck all today? Like, what did they have to do to defend?
It's just because I was just gassed.
Well,
they had one shot on target in the whole game.
But I said this. I was wrong in the sense that I had predicted a closer, win for Arsenal over Bournemouth. But I said that you guys weren't going to batter them. But I also said the reason for that was in part because Adams was supposed to come back. You guys benefited from Adams still being injured after all and still, not being there. So I think that even if he was still coming back from recovery and whatever, if Adams had been at least fit enough to play, I feel pretty confident that you guys would not have scored put as many past them.
Well, in fact, Arsenal had 6 big chances today. You all had 6 big chances today, and you only scored 4 goals.
That guy's a long way from Starbucks. It was poor again.
Who's that?
Nketiah.
Nketiah.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, if Adams was there, playing for Bournemouth, you guys would struggle more.
Don't be a Roman.
Facts.
You have a party going on at 3:00 in the morning.
I live alone, man.
You want to laugh?
Where do you live? Are you still in Rwanda or are you back in the UK now?
Yeah, man. I'm back.
McAllister,
you gotta turn the music down a little bit though. It's hard to hear you talk.
McAllister said, normal when you play with 12, and Romero responded to McAllister, cry at home. Your teammates, Argentina.
Yeah.
It's normal to play with 12, meaning you play with the ref, and Romero responds, cry at home on social media. I love Romero.
What did you think, Mari, about Valise coming on at the very end?
Oh,
not doing it, but were you happy that he at least like brought him on?
I was happy.
I was happy. I was still stressed because I'm like, well, where are we gonna get this goal? I was happy to see him, but would have liked to see him come sooner rather than the last 7 minutes. I don't even think he got sofa score rating. Did Valise get a score?
How much sooner would you have brought him on? I mean, we were talking about it on the watch along, but I'm just giving opportunity to talk about it.
Anybody but not Richie.
At least Madison, I would have put him in.
So you would have taken off Sonny and replaced him with Valise?
No. I would have took out Charleston. Yeah, I'm savage that way. I would have took him off. Because
he was going to put on he was going to take Sonny off. I'm saying that the options were, if he's going to take Sonny off, the options were Solomon or Valise, right? Because those are the guys that hadn't forwards who hadn't come on yet. So I'm saying you would put him on ahead of Solomon.
Valise, I guess not at that point because Solomon has Premier League experience. So he would have had to come in, but I would have done like for like. I would have took when they took out Sonny, automatically we assumed that Richarlison was the 9. I would have taken out when they took out Madison, Richarlison and put in Valise. I mean that's how I view Richarlison now. And
so
Richarlison for me is dead and done.
When they took off Son, when he took off Son, you would have taken off Son and Richarlison, because if you can't, if Son goes out regardless, you're saying you would take off Son and Richarlison and put in Valise instead of Sonny, and then maybe Solomon instead of Richie, because Richie was on the left, right? So put Solomon on the left and put Valise down the center, and just take out both Son and Richarlison.
Yeah, Adam, I think you're hearing this music now, which is why I play that in the background, because when there's a lot of ambient noise that covers up other things, you tend to not get strikes, right? So, yeah, but it's all good. I couldn't make it out. You'd have to know the song pretty well to make it out. But it's all good. But we had a question here from, do I rate Emery? I think he's an okay manager. I'm not in love with him like I am like Henry Wright is, but and then there was another point here that I wanted to talk about, which I think is a great one, from Sugar Pebbles 28. Love the guinea pig, by the way.
That's so cute.
Our test should actually be clubs like Luton. Will our quality drop because we feel less pressured? It's happened many times in the past where we had great matches against the Big Six, but lost to lower clubs. And I agree with you. I think it's a good point. That could be when we get undone. You know what I mean? Because we're not able to break them down, and then they pop us on the counter because we leave so much space in behind, right? Like, to me, I think it's a great point, and it's a good question. We'll have to wait and see. You know?
I watched the Luton Everton game today. Luton played pretty well, actually. All things considered. I mean, 100%. They were playing against Everton, so but they have fight.
Banter, you are the middle.
For those who are crying about the early goal, I'm like, well, that doesn't change the rest of the 75, 60 minutes that's left in the game. The reason why the last 20 minutes it was so hard to break down a 9-man Liverpool, because they were playing the low block. And for us this season, I know it's been a little bit harder trying to score when we play the low block. If those suspensions did happen that the Liverpool fans were complaining about, we would have rather played them 11-on-11 because they would play more open, which would have given more opportunities for the team to score rather than the low block of playing 9. So, all these people crying, I had my rant earlier, it's ridiculous. Oh, if that goal if it was counted, you know how much time left was in the game? It was still in the first half, So these Liverpool people are just crying, just got me sick.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so the Liverpool people are overdoing it, right? And I don't think, like, as Spurs fans, there was a couple of Spurs fans that I watched on other shows today, the TFT, Never a Foul. I don't think Assam over there on This Is Football had any guests on, but he was really pissed off today. But I think there were some Spurs fans that were going over the top. Look, yes, we can like
Dan THFC?
No, I don't think Dan with THFC, but by the way, I don't know what's Dan's trying to steal my drip.
Get up.
I don't know. Dan's trying to steal my drip. But no, big up Dan. I have that same necklace that he was wearing today, though. I used to wear it on stream back in the day. It's from a British company that they make like these bedazzled squad logo, emblems. I don't know where mine's at. It's somewhere upstairs, but and then he was wearing the Cartier sunglasses that weren't Cartier sunglasses, but yeah. But no, but Dan wasn't one of them. There were some guys that were
Jordan. What about Jordan, Will?
I don't know who's Jordan. Describe him to me.
George, he's light skinned. He's that light skinned Tottenham.
Yeah, the guy with the rag on his head. Yeah. Wearing like the do-rag or whatever, the shower cap. Sometimes he wears shower cap.
Yeah, sometimes wears shower caps and do-rags. His name is George.
George, yeah, I don't know his name. Yeah, I mean, he came off popping off pretty hard at first. I think is unnecessary. I think as a Spurs fan, the right response, like if I would have been on the TFT today and I would have gone on there and I said, look, it was an offsides. I think like what Alan said. Like I think I pretty much would have said the exact same thing Alan said. Yeah. After the match, right? Like, yeah, it was offside. Yeah, Liverpool can feel hard done. But you guys have won. You have gotten dirty on us all the time. Champions League final last year, Skip getting kicked in the face, and then Jota coming back to get the winner.
Don't forget Sissoko in the final.
Yeah. Sissoko. That's the Champions League final. So I mean, there's a lot of times where we've been wrong done by VAR calls playing against Liverpool, especially at home and away. And look, it's just going to come down to Anfield now. I'm looking forward. I can't wait. I want to go to Anfield, and then when we can beat them in their backyard, it'll shut them up.
You shut them up even more.
Shut their mouths hard. Zip it tight.
You know what some said, and some other wrong'uns I saw on Twitter say, wait till they come to Anfield. We're going to show them up. We'll destroy them.
I said, bring it on, baby. I say, bring it on.
Exactly.
Look, for all the Liverpool fans out there, you can clip me. You can do what you want to do, but I'm going to say it right now. The words we will see at Anfield who's the better team. That's where we'll see it.
Exactly.
Right? Today, I'm not going to say that we battered you or we're better than you or any of that stuff, right? It was a totally effed up game. I wish it could have stayed 11v11. And we'll find out at Anfield. I will say to the Gooners, though, if you come and play the way that you did at your ground and our ground, we are going to pump you.
Yeah, you pump us.
Yeah, we're gonna.
If you play the way you did on that day at our ground, we will pump you.
If we don't,
then it's a different. If it's a different deal.
We'll most likely improve. Play
yeah, if you improve, then you got a shot. But if you come to our ground and play the way that you did on the day,
and throw one forward, we'll be got on the counter, right?
Yeah, because we won't make those same mistakes twice. Yeah. And if you don't create chances on your own, which right now, and I'm telling you, Arsenal fans, go look at the amount of chances that you're creating from open play. Right, bar today. Look at the previous thing, and your guys' attack right now is mid-table. Right? Forget the amount of goals that you've gotten from penalties and set pieces. I'm talking about the goals that you're creating from open play is mid-table. Like Everton's creating more chances from open play than y'all are right now.
Yeah, that's mad.
Reach it.
Maybe are we outperforming our XG as well?
No, you're underperforming your XG from open play. So all of your XG, for example, you're right about at your XG, and you've got good XG, but your XG is based on 3 penalties. Like for example, you guys had 2.03 XG against us at the North London Derby, right? 1.25 plus of that came from Ben White's block shot that got you the penalty and the penalty. So just that one goal was worth 1.25 XG out of your whole 2.02 XG that you had.
Yeah, Arsenal at this time last year, they were playing better.
Yeah, see, look, You got a Gooner saying it right there. I'm not making this up. He said right there, true. Actually 11th in big chances created. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think it's also because we're too methodical now?
I think Arteta's playing around too much. Last year,
I don't know.
Last year, you guys had a system, and I think you guys, because I listened to TJ and some other people and Lee Gunner. I think you guys are experimenting too much. You guys are, you guys are doing, you guys are trying to rewrite your formula. What worked for you last year, you guys should be doing.
Exactly. We should be creating more chances, and punishing more other teams. And like, I think for me, it's because our build up is slow for my liking.
No, look, I think you guys. See, this is the thing, and like Matt makes a point here. He says Arsenal the best out of possession team in the league, as he's saying defensively, right? City only won the UCL only after Pep tightened the defense. Pep tightened the defense without losing the number of chances they were creating from open play. You can't give up the chances. Like, it's not sustainable to give up the chances for the sake of the defense. Right? You got to have the defense and the chances. Then you can compete with City. But you can't throw away, like, you guys created chances like crazy last season. And now you're not creating chances, but you're defending really well. Right? You can't do one or. You got to do both at the same time.
We need to find that balance.
100%. You got to find the balance.
Yeah.
Is it because do you think Arsenal chance creation boosted up because of today's performance?
Big up, Donna Cullen. We appreciate you hiring Ange.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, you guys got to figure it out, man. Like, and I'm not saying this to shit on Arsenal. It's just simply the matter of the fact, right? Like, look, I think you guys are a good team, and I think that your starting 11 is pretty good. I don't rate a lot of your squad players that you guys do. I don't rate Nketiah. I don't rate Vieira. I don't rate a lot of the guys you got coming in off the bench. But I think you got a good starting 11. I don't think that you have depth, like you think you do.
We don't have depth.
Odegaard's a good player. Rice, he's a good player. I don't think Rice is the player that a lot of Arsenal fans make him out to be. He's a good player, but he's not. He's not Rodri.
He's not Bissouma.
I don't even think he's Bissouma right now. But I think that you guys have, you've got a good experienced partnership, but they're still young. I mean, Saliba's what, 21? I mean, he's not. You guys don't have a real old back line either. I think that Zinchenko is not as good as you guys make him out to be. I think you got a real problem still there over at left back. I don't know why you sold Tierney. I think he was better in my opinion. Right back, I think Ben White does a job there, but he's not a right back.
They lost depth. They lost Xhaka. They should have kept Xhaka.
I think Mickey Van de Ven is a better center back than Saliba. By the way, I'm saying that. By the way, I know it's gonna rattle all the boots, but Mickey Van de Ven is way better than Saliba is. I'm saying that to you guys. Look at that guy.
No.
I don't know about that. After only a few games, I should just.
No, Mickey Van de Ven is the Minerals FC Ultra.
Oh Lord.
But I can tell you right now, demonstrably, that is untrue.
That's true.
No,
That's true based on the eye test.
Mickey's a good player, but he is not. He is not better than Saliba, by any metric.
No,
this
Mickey,
is what I mean. This is what I mean by a fan base.
What are you taking the piss? Mickey can't defend. Oh my lord. Guys, Mickey Van de Ven right now after Diaz, I think is the best center back in the Premier League. After Diaz and Van Dijk.
Oh my
Even
gosh,
Van Dijk
bias.
Okay, Diaz isn't even the best center back in the league right now. What are you talking about?
Gosh, you're just making Spurs fans look
who's the best
ridiculous.
Huh?
Who's the best?
Hakeem Anderson is the best center back in the league right now.
Anderson, the Palace player.
Yeah. Anderson from Palace.
Okay, I think he's better than him as well.
He's not.
Van de Ven is better.
You know what though?
He's not.
You know what though, Elias? You have no
Christian
credibility.
Romero is better than Van der Ven.
You have no credibility when it comes to talking about center backs. Your favorite center back is Eric Dier. Okay.
Van der Ven is good, but
Eric Dier in his prime was best for us. Like
Willy Balley has been better than Van der Ven this season.
How long was his prime? 6 months.
You know, in 2017, Man United wanted to buy him, but we didn't sell him. They were willing to pay like they wanted to pay like 5 million for him.
Yeah,
Man United only comes for good players, by the way. It was Sir Alex.
Yeah, sure they do. That's why they went and got out Harry Maguire. That's why they went out and bought. They got Serge Reguilon from us, and their players were big. Look, I didn't think Serge Reguilon was that bad of a player, but yeah, we absolutely, yeah. Manchester United only go for good players. Yeah, and my name is Sally. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sally. How are you doing?
They got that real good player.
I'm doing great.
Bro,
no, but seriously, guys, Eric Dier, he gets lots of hatred for the fan. Is a recency bias. Eric Dier in 2017.
It is not a recency bias, Elias. It is not a recency bias.
It is.
When under Conte, Eric Dier, Conte's first season, he was doing a job. He was decent. He was doing a job. He was never
good.
Great. He was
never in top 5.
Never top. He was doing a job.
Yeah.
That's his highest level.
He was
doing a job.
By the way, okay, forget.
There's no statistical evidence for you to back this up all you want, right? So you can go kiss your peanut head posters all you want, right? The man is wasted.
Show you guys the stats of last.
You think you can?
Of last 3 years.
You think you can?
Mickey Van der Ven. I'm talking about Mickey Van der Ven. You guys bring up Eric Dier.
Van der Ven.
Van der Ven. He is currently the one of the top 3 best center backs in the league. I think he is in there.
He's not. He's not.
Who is your top 3 then?
I don't have to tell you. I don't have to pontificate. I know who the top 3 is. So you got Hakeem Anderson's number 1. Number 2 is Christian Romero. Number 3 is Willy Balley.
No. Mickey Van der Ven is way better than Romero.
He's not.
Oh my gosh. Elias,
I didn't hear that.
I said it yesterday on
Thiago Silva, and then Akanji, and then you got Ruben Diaz, then you've got Ben White, then you've got Sven Botman. He's not even in the top 50. Mickey Van der Ven is not even in the top 50, my man.
Not in the top 50.
But look at him. His runs, his tackles are
okay. Mickey Van der Ven. Okay, don't get us wrong here, okay? Mickey Van der Ven, of course, I think that he's great. I think that he has a lot of potential. Okay, he's still very young, and I think he has a lot of potential. But putting him on the same level as Saliba or Romero, you got to be kidding me. You know, I'm not saying that he can't get there, you know, because he's still really young. He can get there. Don't get me wrong, but he's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
He's already there. He pocketed Salah the other day. He's
not there yet. Growing. He's growing. He's not there yet. The last game.
Even Stel was saying that yesterday on We Are Tottenham TV.
Even Stel,
he's not there yet. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah, he's not there yet. He still has some things to tweak, but he's still.
In 1 more month he will be there.
Yeah, potentially, but for now, I don't think he's there yet.
In one more month. Okay, so hold on. No. So you're saying, oh, he's so amazing, and there's 1 more month. Okay. So Emerson was really good defensively for like a month.
Oh my
month
Lord.
and a half
Let's not
last
talk
season.
about that guy.
No, but listen,
he
that's
is
a purple patch. Okay, and I'm not saying and Mickey Van de Ven is nowhere near, like, he's good. He's good. But you cannot judge a player on like a month.
Especially when even if you were judging him based on that month, if you wanted to go on like the season and you wanted to look at SOFA scores and you wanted to look at where Mickey Van de Ven was, he's not even in the top 50 players in the league right now.
By the way, Will, I don't know why.
And I don't mean top 50 defenders. I mean top 50 players totals. Like if you're talking about looking at their ratings. Right?
Yeah, by the way, Will, yesterday Mickey Van de Ven's rating was something was wrong with it. 6.7 only. I think he was man of the match.
Okay, just because you think that doesn't mean it's true.
He was not man of the match. Poro.
Somehow it was not a 6.7.
It was a 6.7. Look, people, there isn't some guy back there doing this and be like, you know what? I'm gonna bust Elias's balls today. I'm gonna give Mickey Van de Ven a 6.7. No, an AI computer does this, right? The data is fed into a computer. The computer spits out numbers. It's not even a person doing it.
Yeah, Poro.
But I was a bit disappointed by
It's called cognitive dissonance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, Mickey Van de Ven has had an awesome game.
Yeah, he had an awesome game. Exactly. We think that Van de Ven has been doing really good.
He's been doing good.
He's had some really great games.
He's a good player.
And it's still really early.
It's just really early to judge. Even people in the chat say it's too early, man.
I know. I'm just
Okay. Let me put a caveat to that. I think that so far this season, Mickey Van de Ven as a center back has been in the top 3 center backs of this league with his current performances.
And I think you're wrong.
I vehemently disagree with you.
That's okay. I think it could be.
It could be, but it doesn't mean it's true. But
it could be at some point, but not now.
If you told me the top 10 or 15, you know what? I'll be like, okay.
But I think the top 10 players in the league right now, regardless of position, and I tend to agree, is Rodri, Madison, Ward-Prowse,
I'm talking about center backs.
Trippier, Alvarez, Son, Saka, Anderson, Salah. That's the top 10 players so far this season.
That's the top 10 players this season. And Mickey's not in there.
No, I'm talking about center backs. I think
Haaland and Matoma?
Haaland's not in the top 10.
Matoma?
Matoma's not in the top 10 either. Son's in the top 10. Son is 7th.
Okay, I'm talking about center backs, purely just the center backs in the Premier League. When this season has been in top 3.
It's not a top 3 center backs. It's not a top 3 center backs.
He's not in the top 3 center backs.
His last game was no, not the Arsenal game. The game before that, he was a little bit shaky. It was his worst game and stuff. But he's
Which one?
He's reminding me
Burnley game.
Yeah, it wasn't the Arsenal game because the Arsenal game he showed up. He was real good. It was the prior game. I want to say
Sheffield United.
It was Sheffield because he was getting killed by McBurney. Yes, it was the Sheffield game. McBurney was frustrated him. He was frustrated him. Yeah, he's not there yet. He's growing. He's like a young Vertonghen. I like him. But he's not top 3 center backs. He's not there. McBurney.
I tell you guys, write it down. Write it down somewhere. I think this guy, in 1 or 2 more years, he's gonna be in the Ballon d'Or shortlist. Mickey Van de Ven.
Elias? When was the last time a defender was in the Ballon d'Or shortlist?
Guardiola this season.
Guardiola was
in the Ballon d'Or shortlist. Yeah. Yeah.
Why is Guardiola? They didn't even win anything. Why would he be in the?
Hold on.
I'm not.
Hold on. This sounds like a Stefan claim. I need to verify.
Oh, are you talking about the 5-man short list? I'm not talking about the long 30 list.
The long one.
No, that's not the short list. The long list is not the short list, Elias. Everybody's in the long list.
Even the short list. Okay, even if it's a long list,
I'm looking at I'm looking at the short list right here. Okay, Gvardiol is there, right? He's a nominee. Okay, there's a lot. lots of people are nominees. But that doesn't mean that you're in the running for it, right? Kim Min-jae is a nominee. Harry Kane's a nominee. There's no way Harry Kane's going to get a Ballon d'Or, bro. Playing for Tottenham, right? Like Kane and Son, right? Saka's a nominee. He's not going to come anywhere close to it. Who else?
Actually, overall,
Onana is a nominee.
Of all the 6 games, Romero has been better than VDV. And he's actually scored goals and contributed.
Exactly.
Yes,
Romero has played better.
Romero, even with the bad game, which wasn't really bad, he was so lucky 2 times. Romero has been better than VDV. Like I said, VDV has been awesome. He has been amazing and he's growing. But no, he has not been better in the 6 game total. He has not been better than Romero. He wasn't even better than Romero today. He wasn't even better than Romero today.
He was way better than Romero. Like the way he was making the runs and all that.
Yeah, but Romero was making runs. Romero was making interceptions that would lead into counters.
Look, they play in the same role. I'm telling you right now, what VDV does in SofaScore and what Romero does in SofaScore is equivalent. There's not going to be a bias between them, right? Romero's role doesn't lead to him having any skewed numbers versus Van der Ven. I'm sorry, it just doesn't, right?
And
yeah, but Van der Ven is great.
I like the kid. He's not there yet, but you're making some outrageous claims. You gotta slow it down. He's not top 3. Set it back.
No, guys, look at it. How many defenders who come from another league and come to Premier League settle straight?
It doesn't mean you're better. Just because you have a good story doesn't mean that you're better.
I agree with you. He's doing great.
He's a great young kid.
Even Guardiola is struggling at City right now. He's struggling to find his starting 11 place, and then Mickey Van der Ven has settled in.
Okay, so who's been better Who's been better this year so far? Mitoma or Son?
Son. Of course.
Okay, but why? Mitoma's 100%. Come to the league. You know, he's getting his.
Mitoma has always been in the league. What are you talking about?
He just came last year. What are you talking about?
Always in the league. What are you talking about?
He came from Japan last year. It was first time ever playing in a top format. What are you talking about, dude?
Still 1 year, definitely. Let me just confirm this. When did he came to Premier League?
Mitoma was better than Son.
He's been here for a season, and now this is his 2nd season.
No, this is his 3rd season. This is his 3rd season. He came in 2021.
Okay, well, even more the point. This is even more Will's point.
No, he just went to Brighton last year. What are you talking about?
No, he came to Brighton in 2021. I'm looking at it.
Did he go on loan?
No,
Yes, he went on loan.
Let me just.
Union Saint-Gaulois.
Yes, okay. He spent on loan and Union as
exactly. So I was right.
So last year was his first year in the league. Before that, doesn't matter.
I said that.
Wednesday night or Monday Night Raw, we got him here. KPV's in the house. What's up, my man? I thought you weren't coming on tonight. You were going to watch some fight or something.
No, the thing just finished. What's up, man?
What's going on?
KPV.
I said I wasn't going to come on at the start because it was starting. So I said I would only come on when it was finished. So, yeah, but what did you say, Will? What did you say? We got away with, or did you say no?
Yeah, we got away with one because we didn't put him to bed earlier, right? Like the way we were playing, we should have finished them off far earlier, right?
Exactly. You should have won like 5-1 because
we should have beaten them 3 or 4 to 1.
Look at all those. I'm counting every little chance.
You had Richarlison missed a bunch of chances, 2 or 3 good ones, right? You had Allison playing out of his boots, but that's what I'm saying. We should have. The fact that they were down to 9 men. If we were as dangerous attacking wise as we thought we were, we should have beaten them more convincingly than we did. So the fact that we had to rely on a last minute own goal means that we got away with them. We got 3 points, but we got away with one, I think.
Hit something echoing.
Huh?
I can hear someone echoing.
I can't hear you. You're a little bit muffled.
I can hear something. I can hear someone speaking. Like, it sounds like I can hear myself speaking.
Do you have your the YouTube window still opened?
Yeah, I can hear
You because sometimes when you open up the when you hit the link from StreamYard on your phone, sometimes the YouTube window stays open in the background, and that's what you might be hearing.
There it is. I just paused the
perfectly clear now, 100%. I can hear you now.
Speaking. But yeah, like we still deserve the win. Like I said, I don't care what anyone says. We still deserve the win because we just needed to get revenge from the 2019 Champions League final. So a win's a win. I don't care.
On that logic, if you're saying like we deserved it because it was justice for all of the bad things that have happened to us in the past, I agree with you 1,000%, right? But I'm just talking about the performance on the day.
Oh, fair enough. Fair dude. Oh,
no, I think we had a good performance.
Like,
except you thought we had a bad performance on the watch along.
No, only okay. Hold on. You are totally taking things out of context. By the way, Will. I don't know what's wrong with you today. You are taking things a bit out of context. I say that the way we are performing well. We are not clinical, and it's annoying. I said that there on the watch along yesterday. If you were listening,
I'll watch it back. Don't worry. I'm not gonna.
I said that.
I'll watch it back. I'm gonna clip you. I'm gonna do a reaction video to Elias on the watch along this morning.
I said it's getting very annoying. I said it's getting very. Make sure you tag Step Up Spurs as well. So I guess
I will. I'll tag Step Up Spurs, and I'm gonna clip you from the watch along, and then I'm gonna clip you from We Are Tottenham TV, and I'm gonna put the two together, and I'm gonna be like fraud.
I said that we were just lacking the clinical ability to finish, and that's a problem that we are having.
Exactly, that's what you have.
We need Eric Dier on the pitch now.
Yes, that's what I said. No. That's not what I said. I said that we need to change some things in a way where we can exploit things for them. But we didn't do that in the Sheffield game. We didn't do that here as well. And now I think it's becoming our weak point as well. But also one more thing I realized yesterday, which I need to put up. I think when teams go into games like that, where you get a yellow card, where you get a red card, in a team like Liverpool, you have like a totally different game plan that you go in with. And when something like that, all teams do that. When you go into a game like that, then in the middle of the game, somebody's playing like a low block, and then your tactics kind of like change. You have to improvise kind of a bit here and there, like okay, who marks who, or if you're playing zonal marking, what zone you try to exploit a bit here and there. It's slightly tricky. Why sometimes teams cannot score goals against some of these big teams when they go one man down, because the tactics totally change. You have to like totally rely on those kind of things. In that, we can have a lot of possession, but I think we can lack some clinical ability there. So that's what I think happened with Spurs yesterday. This is something that I realized after the game while I was like in my bed reading some of the texts. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, like, you're when you're playing against the big teams. No. When you're playing a bit, you're like, oh, this is what we're going to struggle with. When you're playing against the big teams, then you go, 10 men down or 9 men down. They're going to change their tactics. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not they're a big team. If you get 10, if you're 10 men or 9 men or whatever, every team changes their tactics. If they don't, then they're stupid. So that has nothing to do with playing against a big team or not playing against a big team.
I agree with you. But when you go in with a game plan, like let's say our game plan was to, let's just say, press Liverpool, for instance, or let's just say defend in the high line, let's just say. When Liverpool go one man down, then they are totally dropping deep. Your whole game plan, like something that maybe you wouldn't have imagined while you were discussing the game plan. Maybe it was like the third or fourth part of the plan.
See, now you're just regurgitating Stelios' answer to you from We Are Tottenham TV.
No, that's why I don't know. I can't remember this that or not.
Yeah, you did. While you were in the back room waiting to go on We Are Tottenham TV, that's exactly what Stelios said to the guy that came on right before you.
Maybe
I have a memory like an elephant, not as good as Kyle's, but It's dang near close.
By the way, Kyle said yesterday that Richarlison had an awesome game. Kyle, which kind of Richarlison game were you watching? Because you said that in the We Are Tottenham TV back room as well. I remember that.
What?
You said that Richarlison had a good game yesterday. How?
Yeah, he got the assist. Damn it! So watch the game. Damn it!
That's such a lucky assist, and then he didn't do his job.
That was not
man.
a lucky assist. Okay.
There's no luck in that assist.
Yeah, that wasn't a
What are you
lucky
talking
assist.
about?
It's actually nice. To be fair, it was actually a nice.
No, it was a good assist. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good assist.
That's
And in
what
fact,
else
the
did you do?
shot that Richarlison had before the assist, I wish he would have squared that one too, because then we would have scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, but
then we
he
would-
didn't. But he didn't.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But the assist was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the assist was not a lucky assist.
Right, there are some Elias. There are some people who judge a football game based on the general, the short stats, the key points, right? The main topics and the main ideas, right? And those people they could think that Richarlison had a decent game, and if you look at his sofa score, he had a decent sofa score too on the day, right? Because of the amount of chances that he created, the shots he takes, stuff like that. Then when you dive deeper into the underlying numbers, then you can make an argument to say that he was wasteful, right? He did a lot of good things, but he was wasteful. Right? And because of that, but you can't say that if someone thinks that Richarlison had a good game, like he's not saying that he's a world-class player. No, he's just saying he had a good game. He had a good game. For Richarlison, he had a good game.
I don't.
Well, and the other thing is this. So if you say that Richarlison, if you're saying Richie had a good game, if you're saying that you thought that Richie didn't have a very good game, if you were to say that, then that doesn't take away it's from his assist. Because you could think that he didn't have a very good game and still had a good assist that wasn't a lucky assist. Like
it's not one or the other. There's nuance.
That's what my point is. Like I'm saying that like you can think that he wasn't like having a great game and also think that that was a class assist. You know what I mean?
Sonny's second goal that was disallowed, I forgot he actually assisted that too. Yeah.
He was offsides. It was disallowed because he was offside. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was offside.
We got 2 minerals now.
Well, we got 2 minerals.
But somebody in the chat was mentioning this. That 50th minute volley from Sonny. Ooh. that was
that was a good one.
Oh, that was class. And then Allison's save on it too. Oh.
One-handed. He saved it one-handed.
Oh my gosh. Both that shot as well as that, that save, both are elite. That was elite stuff right there.
Yep. Allison saved him.
Yeah. By the way, I don't get it how Richarlison got 7.8 and Mickey Van de Ven only got 6.8. That's unacceptable. The ratings.
Well, too late. It's too late.
Richarlison was average. Yeah, it's too late.
No, it was, but for Richarlison was better than average on the day. Like I can't remember the last time Richarlison had that high of a sofa score rating ever. Right? Like
for me, he wasn't
click on his name.
Bro. For me, he was poor, bro. He missed too many chances, bro. He was wasteful.
Let's see.
For me, I felt Richarlison.
Look, I'm not gonna.
He was wasteful for sure. But then
I don't think
if you're just looking at him in the first 30 minutes. Sorry. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, comparatively to the, others, I wouldn't say that Richarlison had a good game in comparison to the others that were on the pitch. But for Richarlison, sure, he had a good game. Like
yeah, but isn't
like he
good
didn't
for Tottenham standards? That's what Stel was saying yesterday.
But he's not good for Tottenham standards. I feel like that's like already been established by most of the fans that have like, more than one brain cell. Like they can they've already established that. I mean, he's at most like a sub.
So most of Richarlison's numbers that applied to his sofa score came from the second half, right? So from the 49th minute on, right, he had 3 shots, the 49th, the 80th, and the 90, +2, which he probably should have scored that one too, to be honest with you. It was a pretty that was the header. That one wasn't great. The 41-minute shot that he had that got saved, the 33-minute shot that he put over the bar, that was the one that that was wasteful, extremely wasteful with, right? And then he assisted Son in between the 33rd and the 41st. But I mean, the dude had probably some of the highest XG of probably any forward player in the day, right? And then his shot in the 80th minute that he pulled completely wide. Like, look, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he was wasteful, right? But like, his expected goals on the day was 0.78, which was the highest of any player in our front line, right? Kulusevski's XG on the day was 0.07, right? Son's XG on the day was, let's see, and nobody had a penalty, so these were all from open goals. Sonny's XG on the day was 0.1 or 0.87, so a little bit higher than Richarlison. And then you had Madison, who had 0.15, right? So Richarlison should have scored
at least
a goal, at least one.
Yes,
which he didn't. But
yeah, but Will, like, you guys had 24 shots. I saw it on Google, and 8 on target. Is that like 3 XG?
We had 2. So like the game statistic was we had 2.23 XG to their 1.31, right? So the 2-1 result, that's why I said, like, on Hissam's channel earlier in the super chat that I put in there, I think the result, the 2-1 scoreline, reflects the statistics on the day with all of the red cards and all of those things, right? So I think it's fair for us to have won 2-1. What isn't necessarily fair is the way in which we did it, right? We should have done that ourselves, right? One of those Richarlison chances should have hit the back of the net, right? We should have been making that 2-1 scoreline on our own, not relying on an own goal in the 96th minute, right? That's my point. So I think that the score line's fair based on the fact that we had 65% possession, 2.2 XG, 1.46 expected assists, right? 24 total shots, 8 shots on target, 11 corner kicks to their 5, 17 free kicks, with 3 big chances to their 1. Right, we had more big chances than Liverpool did. So I think that the 2-1 scoreline is a fair scoreline, but the way in which it came about, I think, is
annoying.
Is the bad part, right?
Yeah, it's scoring in that last minute against 9-man as well.
As an own goal, right? Yeah.
Do you think it's fair play to Spurs are creating all these chances and you're running the teams down and you're running at them? But do you think scoring these last minute goals most weeks is good, or it's not that good?
I don't know. You tell me. You guys did it all last season, so is it good or is it not good?
It's a burn.
But I mean in the sense of stability. I mean,
that's what I'm asking you. I don't know. We're 7 weeks into this. Was it good for your stability last year or not?
Does it help winning the league?
It does, but
it does help in winning the league. Okay.
So Will, do you think
goals before as well when Ericsson done them?
Yeah, exactly. Will, do you think teams that score last minute goals is sustainable, or?
Look, Liverpool's been doing that too, right? Like everybody said that about Liverpool, right? Like they've got this they're mentality monsters, right? That even though they go down in games, they come back in the last minute and even when they playing bad, they're grinding out results. Like that whole narrative, that whole thing. How many times you hear pundits in the media saying that about Liverpool? They said it about Arsenal last year, right? That there were shaky results, but you guys grounded out the 3 points, and that's how a championship is done. Are we not doing that right now?
Exactly, also doing that, but that's how championship is on. But like doing, you need to have certain games like that, but you can't be doing that for like 37 games.
We didn't do that for 37 games. We beat United convincingly. We beat Bournemouth convincingly. We beat Burnley convincingly.
Sheffield United.
Exactly. I'm not hating.
And
Spurs has
Sheffield
been.
We were dominating against Sheffield.
Wait, up until your Bournemouth game, like we had a higher goal difference than you all.
Yeah, the Bournemouth game improved the GD a lot. But I'm saying is that I'm talking about football in general. Like you can't play lucky ball, comeback FC football every week, right?
No,
I'm
we
not
won't.
saying-
For the next 4 weeks, we should beat all of those teams convincingly. If we are truly a title contender,
I'm not talking about Spurs. I'm just saying for football in general.
for football in general, yeah. But I mean, even for Spurs though, like the fixtures that we've got up coming up next, right? So if we look at the fixtures,
Luton,
hold on, I'm gonna
Fulham,
pull them
Crystal
up.
Palace, and Chelsea.
I'm going to pull
Because I
them
memorized
up.
them. I memorized them yesterday.
That's fine. I'm going to pull them up.
It just takes you extra time, so I'll say that early. Luton, Fulham, Palace, Chelsea.
Don't forget, yeah.
If you guys stuff Chelsea again and Pochettino comes to the
Oh,
lane,
we are gonna batter them. We are gonna win 5-0, 6-0, something like that.
let's be careful. They might turn up and maybe lose respectfully. But what I'm saying is that if you guys beat them, will your fan base cook him after the game?
Yeah.
Why? He's our secret agent at Chelsea. Don't you know that? We have sent him to destroy Chelsea.
So basically, we've got this Luton game here, and
I said
Fulham.
the same thing just now, by the way.
I think you'll beat Fulham, bro. Fulham,
I realize that.
Fulham a bang average for my liking.
Yeah, so I think the Luton, we should beat these guys, 2-3-0, right? It should. That's the key point. Fulham, we should probably beat Fulham 2-1. Minimum. Crystal Palace, I think we should beat 3-1.
Chelsea again.
3-0.
Chelsea, we should be beating Chelsea 3-0. I want to smoke
5-0.
Chelsea. Wolves is going to be a tight one. Wolves away. I mean, you saw him putting in a performance against City. I think we'll go 2-1 against Wolves. Aston Villa is the next tough one. Then we got Villa, City, West Ham, Newcastle. That's a tough run right there. That's the next.
A tough run after that.
That's the next spot where our medal's going to be tested. But before that, so
The middle will be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I expect us to have
15 points.
15.
all 3 points in all 5 of those matches.
Yeah, me too.
But what will you be pissed off if Luton somehow fluke a result against you guys?
As long as we don't lose. Like if we drop points in a draw, then yeah, okay. But if we lose,
If you lose
then I'll
to
be
Luton,
upset.
what would you do if Luton score a fluke goal and park the bus the whole game and you don't score?
No, I mean, it happens all the time, right? It happened to City today, right? So, you just got to suck it up and press, but, not
If you
concede
lose-
fluke goals. As long as Basuma, Madison, and Son stay fit, I think we'll be all right. But if we lose any one of those players, it's going to be a difficult task.
But,
Or either of our center backs, to be fair.
or even Mickey.
No, I
and
think
that.
center backs we should be fine. Mickey Van de Ven is awesome.
Yeah, we got Eric Dier.
What do you mean
We got
just
Eric
be
Dier.
fine? I'm saying if we lose them,
Because we got Eric
then
Dier.
we're in trouble.
Yeah, so Eric Dier, if he comes on, we'll play some long balls and then we can make some victories from there as well.
Bro, if you start with Dyer, you're gonna concede more goals. You're gonna lose
100%, dude. Any game that Eric Dier starts, we might as well chalk it off to a loss, bro. Might as well chalk it up to a loss.
Well, in 2021-22 season, the season when he was injured for a while, we had a poor run of games because Eric Dier was injured.
Yeah, because we didn't have anybody else.
There was nobody else, bro. There was Sanchez.
There was
and-
Romero, there was Sanchez, there was Ben
Yeah,
Davies.
That's
there
what I'm
was-
saying.
Who else was there? Tanganga was there. There were so many players, but still.
And how many points did we drop because of Eric Dier?
We dropped
Yeah,
a few
Eric
points.
Dyer
I need to
dropped
look at it.
points as well, bro. Do you think that?
If I'm not mistaken, that patch we didn't win a single game when Eric Dyer was injured. Yeah, let me just check.
Yeah, but we lost a lot of games with
Yeah, we
Eric Dier
lost
in
a
the
lot of
side.
games with Eric Dier.
With Eric Dyer as well. But Will,
Yeah.
what do you think of how Eric Dyer used to let down the likes of Son at the back and Kane?
Yeah, look, I don't rate Eric Dier at all, and the sooner that we see the back of him, the better. You know.
For me, again, for me,
I think the word on the street is that we're looking at Bremer from Juventus.
He's bang average.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take him.
He's bang average.
You don't have a choice. You're not the one who picks the players.
He's not tough, but he's bang
But hold on,
average,
Bremer playing for in this particular system may be bang average, but nobody was saying Bremer was bang average before he went to Juventus 2 years ago.
I agree. That's my point.
Everybody said Bremer was top. You guys were in for Bremer 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
Bremer is slightly above Eric Dier, I would say. Slightly above Eric Dier in terms of his
Bremer was very good at Torino.
In this system, not outside the system.
Club, bro. There's no pressure at Torino, bro.
No, it's the system, dude. It's the same thing with Vlahovic too. Look, no, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bremer as a backup for Van de Ven and Romero is a lot better than Eric Dier. 1,000 times better. He's younger, he's faster, he's stronger, he's better defensively.
Bremer is just a damn Ferrari of defenders.
Look, all Eric Dier can do is just be physical, use his size, use the fact that he was born with a hammer for a head, and
and he takes free kicks, bro. His free kicks are good.
No, they're not.
They are good.
They aren't good.
Yeah, you're winding us up.
No, but see, look, I wish he was winding us up, but he's not. Though that's the funny part. He actually believes what he's saying. He's not winding us up.
Maybe
he's been dead serious.
Serious.
Yeah, go through it, Elias. Pull out your notes and tell us why Eric Dier is a world class center back. Mud us wrongins in the debate.
Let me do some research first.
Why do you got to do research first? I thought you had this all up. You said that
Yeah, so in 2018, his market value was 40 million.
Okay.
Back then, for a center back, the market value of 40 million is a great thing, by the way. Until 2019, June 13, for the whole year, his market value was at peak, by the way, 40 million. So no jokes there, by the way, guys. It's as good as the market value.
Okay, and at that same time when his market value was 40 million, how much did Man United pay for Maguire?
80. 100 million. What was that? 80 million? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if Maguire at the exact same time that Eric Dier was rated at 40 million pound, Manchester United, instead of buying Eric Dier, because that was the same window. I see you trying.
But Maguire's a whole.
Let me finish. In the same window that they were linked with Eric Dier is the window that they paid 2 times as much for Maguire, who's got to be one of the worst center backs in the league since then. So therefore, Eric Dier is 2 times as bad as Maguire because he costs half of what Maguire costs, and Maguire's dog trash.
You can't put it that way because Maguire.
And you can't use market value. That's the stupidest thing to rate a player.
But the thing is, Will, that Maguire is a homegrown player. You look at Rice.
So is Eric Dier.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
Eric Dier is not a homegrown player.
In the Premier League, he is.
No, neither by Premier League. This is something that Eugene was asking me the other day as well. I proved it to him as well. He's not homegrown player by any margin.
He's from Portugal.
What are you talking about? He's not homegrown for UCL, but he's homegrown for Prem.
No, he's not. It's Eric Dier. I can show you guys. I can send you an article by.
He is. I know the article you're talking about. He is not homegrown for UCL.
He's not for both. He's not for UCL.
No, he is. Ali Gold has already said this like 12 times. Every single season when we talk about our homegrown player problem, they go about the same thing because even Ben Davies isn't considered homegrown for UCL.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's
Ben
UCL
Davies
that he's not homegrown for.
No, Ben Davies is homegrown for both because he's
not homegrown for both. He's from Wales. Oh my god.
Hold on, let me send you guys the article.
Oh, alas, bro.
Oh my god.
I hope Roma buys Dier. Please.
Yeah, man. Mourinho is gonna make it down.
Right, but
Take that world-class center back, Eric Dier, from our hands, please.
Elias, my point is, Elias, is if you have an article from The Athletic and I have an article from Football.London, who's right?
I have an article from Football.London, by the way.
Go for it. Read it.
Okay. So on the transfers, hold on, but you guys talk about something else while I'm looking at it.
I thought you had this all up ready. You're supposed to be ready for it if you're gonna bring it up, dude. We've got time for that. In fact, we're gonna and you got less than 12 minutes because at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'm ending this stream.
I would drive Eric Dier from the United States to Roma, and that's going for a notion.
My goodness, this football has so many ads. Okay,
End the stream day.
End the stream day.
Says it.
Yeah, I know, it's great. It's because his producer's Dave. That's the name of the producer.
And Dave also does Rance's thumbnails. Rance is a wrong one, by the way. That's Click Merchant.
Big up, Zephyr.
Big up,
man.
So he might not be available for City.
Okay. Hold on. So now on Football.London Premier League non-homegrown players list: Hugo Lloris, Emerson Royal, Eric Dier, Christian Romero, Davinson Sanchez, Sergio Reguilon, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Rodrigo Bentancur, Giovanni Lo Celso, Tanguy Ndombele, Ivan Perisic, Dejan Kulusevski, Steven Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, Son Heung-min. These are Premier League non-homegrown players list. Okay. Premier League homegrown players are Brendan Austin, Matt Doherty, Joe Rodon, Ben Davies, Jeffet Tanganga, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Ryan Sessegnon, Oliver Skip, Harry Winks, Jack Clark, Harry Kane.
And what year was that list from?
What
Last year, 2022.
Okay, so you do know the rules changed when England left the EU.
It was after that. This article is after that.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. And also when they changed the rules to where they can't sign foreign players over the age of 8 or under the age of 18.
It's after that rule as well, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Champions League non-homegrown players. Okay, hold on now. Champions League as well. Champions League non-homegrown. He's not homegrown for Champions League either. So let's share the list. Hugo Lloris, Matt Doherty.
We already know that. That's been the same for a long time.
That's what I said.
Yep. So he is not homegrown for Champions League or Premier League, both of them.
Now,
I said he's not homegrown from Champions League.
Before they changed the rules, Eric Dier was considered homegrown.
Yeah, but now he's not a homegrown player.
So then we need to get rid of him. That's the whole point. Why do you want to? But at the time you were talking, at the time that he was worth 40 million, he was considered homegrown. So that's the point that we're talking about.
Yeah, but Will, if
A and not A at the same time and in the same sense.
You can't. You also cannot use. Okay, you can't use market value. Okay,
Yeah,
because
transfer
how much?
market.
Hold on. Let me give an example. Okay, so Elias, how much do you think that Sonny is worth? Don't look at market value. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. How much do you think he's actually worth? To
170 million at least.
His market value is 40 million.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Son, are you kidding me?
So Declan Rice, before he was sold to Arsenal, his market value was like 35 million euro, and Arsenal paid 105 million pounds.
Market value is bullshit.
Like if you go to the SofaScore, if you go to transfer.uk, it's all just it's
all bullshit.
It's all an estimated pontificated value based on certain things. It doesn't take into tax. It doesn't take on contract length. It doesn't take into consideration anything, right? They've got Richarlison right now. His value is 47 million euro. You think we could get 47 million euro for Richarlison right now? No.
Well, there you go. How much do you think that Harry Kane is worth?
I have to check. Okay,
120 million a year. That's what we got for
130, 140.
Well, that's not what his market value is. So
Okay, let me just check.
Yeah,
Okay,
Son on
Dier-
SofaScore is
okay, Dier
55
has
million
played-
euro.
Dier has played 360 games for us. He has 13 goals and 12 assists, by the way. Okay. He has played for Sporting CP. He has 32 appearances, 1 goal, 5 assists. So it is good number, by the way, given that.
And what position did he play at the time?
He was playing as a midfielder.
Okay, let me just check. I can check that as well.
Oh my God.
This is what I'm talking about, bro.
He started playing as a midfielder. He wasn't converted into
was a
center
DM,
back until
man.
later.
Yeah, but DMs don't score that much.
They score more than the center backs do, and they assist way more than center backs do. And one goal for a DM is dog shit, right? 4 to 5 goals a season for a DM is good.
And you're comparing him and Sporting. You're actually talking about the Portuguese league, which I'm not shitting on other leagues in the way that other people are, but you're trying to act like that is the same as him doing that now.
And do you think Madison's only worth 40 million? How much is Madison worth right now to us as a Spurs club? What would you pay for the performances Madison's put in this season?
95 million. Okay, hold on. So Eric Dier, when he plays as a center back, he had 6 goals and 5 assists. Okay.
And
when
how many years?
About 5, 6 years, I think. Yeah.
He didn't play center back for 5 or 6 years, so that's not possible.
Started playing center back.
I need to check how long he played center back as. You asked too many
CDM.
questions.
Because that's the point. You're supposed to mud us. Wait, you were supposed to have the numbers and the information to be able to mud us about the Eric Dier thing. You even said one time, you said in one time in the WhatsApp group chat that if we ever wanted to have a discussion of who was a better defender of Sanchez or Dier, you would mud me like you mudded Mia.
Yeah. Okay, can you not go there? Because Sanchez one I can do now.
Sanchez one
you
I
are
can
the
do now.
wood.
Okay, let me go.
Elias, take the L. Take the L.
Why do you keep waffling? Bangers and mashed waffle, no onions, no gravy, man.
Played as center back, he scored 6 goals, 5 assists. Played as a DM, he scored 6 goals, 8 assists. Played as a right back, he had 3 goals and 3 assists. Center back, he played 222 games. Defensive midfield, he played 144 games, and right back, he played 28 games, by the way. So in 122 games, he scored 6 goals and 5 assists. Okay. Now let's go to Sanchez.
So what is that per game?
You calculate that. You're good with maths.
Not very many. 222 games divided by 6 is 0.13 or something like that.
No, you go by goal contributions, I think. Okay, you go by goal contributions. So if you go by goal contributions, hold on.
5%.
Here's the thing. Okay. Eric Dier, has he scored goals before? And has his goals at times, have they even been a screamer? Yes, we've seen it happen. Okay. That being said, and I'm not going to discount that. That's great. A lot of center backs, they don't score any goals. So fine, I'll give him one little point on his card for that. Okay. But, and especially since it's not his primary duty is to score goals. So great. He can score a goal here or there. Good job. But it does not make up for his error proneness, which he is so error prone. He messes up and loses us games. Okay.
So is Sanchez.
Oh my God. But we're not even comparing Sanchez right now. When you were talking
That's what we are doing right now. That's what you wanted to do.
No, we're not doing that right now.
I just brought it up as an example of how you said you were going to mud me in a group chat.
What the original conversation piece is you talking about how Eric Dier was actually good center back, and how you would even have Eric Dier over the center back options we have, or the other center back options we have.
No, I didn't say that. No, you guys are taking me. Okay, don't put words in my mouth. Did I ever say that I would put Eric Dier over the current options that we have? No, I didn't say that. I said that if we as a choice
said you need to bring him in today.
No, I just said that just
No, you said we needed to bring him in today.
That you want to die to stop,
I was just taking the piss, man, with that one. But okay, to be serious, I wouldn't put. Okay, being serious, I wouldn't put Eric Dier over our current backline. No way. That's such a deluded comment if somebody makes that, and I don't think I've ever made that. So, by the way, I would put Eric Dyer all day over Sanchez, all day over Tanganga,
Okay,
all
so
day over Clement Longley.
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Okay.
Sanchez was better than Dier.
So Sanchez in less games, by the way. So if you're looking at goals per 90, has the exact same goal ratio as Eric Dyer, 0.05 goals per 90, and that's in their entire career. So that's including Eric Dyer's time as a defensive midfielder. Over how many games? You said 160 something games, right? Sanchez never played defensive mid. He's always played defender. Sanchez has 0.07 goals plus assists per 90, and Eric Dier has 0.10. So only 0.03 better than Sanchez, and that includes over 100 games as a midfielder, which is horrible. Eric Dier gets more yellow cards than Sanchez does per 90.
Yeah,
right?
but
Eric Dier has a lower goal to shot on target ratio over his entire career than a center back.
That shows that he's more versatile player than Sanchez. He can play in more positions.
No, it doesn't. It shows that when you're a midfielder, hold on. When you're a midfielder and your goal to shot on target ratio is lower than a center back, it's a bad thing, not a good thing. Right? Eric Dyer's shot on target percentage is 24%. It means 24% of his shots are on target. Davinson Sanchez, who is a center back his entire career, is 42.4%.
Just take the L, bro.
Two times better at hitting the target, hitting the ball in between the sticks than Eric Dier is.
Sanchez was faster than Dier. That was slow. You know what I mean?
Davinson Sanchez has the same amount of goals per 90 with a lower XG. So that means the same amount of goals per 90 as Eric Dier had in his entire career, including his midfield time, with almost 2 less XG per game.
All right, boys. I'm going to get going.
Pass completion rate, Sanchez, 87.6%. Eric Dier, 84.9%.
His aerial duel percentage is like just by 0.5 or 1 point higher than Eric Dier. That's the only one.
Okay, so he's higher and higher. We're listing all of these things that are higher and higher and higher. So what is Eric Dier better at then, bro?
Recoveries, he's better at that.
All right, I'm gonna get going, you guys.
Later, we're ending the show now anyway. It's 11:30. I said 11:30. We're ending this.
No, let me finish this, please.
Let you finish what?
Right,
Getting embarrassed?
I feel like my brain cells. I'm losing brain cells being on here. All right, happy birthday, Will, and happy.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Yeah, big up.
Happy Mineral's birthday, man.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate it.
Big Mineral's birthday. Okay.
So wait, what did you say? Hold on. What did you say Eric Dier was better than? Interceptions?
Recoveries.
I'm going to go, man, because we're talking about two guys I want out the team. Sanchez is very
This should do it right here. This ends the whole conversation. This mud you right now. Points per match when in the squad. Eric Dier was in the squad, 1.88 points per match. When Davinson Sanchez was in the squad, 1.91. So that means that we were more successful. We were more successful with Davinson Sanchez in the team than we were with Eric Dier. Fact, mudded. You are in the woods, long way from Starbucks. Stay strong, stay Spurs, and we will see you next time.